activities. This helps them prepare for tomorrow on their road to independence. To learn how your donation helps, visit waramps.ca.
Sports 1440. Stingray Radio Station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
Have your sports curiosity cured.
They want the double dribble, not goal. Hartenstein blocked by Cornet. Oh, Cornet goes up and stops it.
A veteran of the sports reporting game for over 25 years.
And as time ticks down, that'll do it. Kitchener claims the crown. The Kings of junior hockey. For the third time in franchise history, the Rangers are the champions.
Breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams.
And he hits one a long way to right field. And it is disappearing out onto Utah Street, a 3-run homer.
This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, here we go for Soul 677. Monday, June the 1st. Feels like January the 1st out there, though, doesn't it? Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440 on your AM radio dial on your morning drive into work. So glad that you can spend some time with us here on Sports 1440 on AM radio. We're also on YouTube on Sports 1440 AM. Drop us a like and a subscription. We would really appreciate that. We're also on X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. As always, we're streaming on the many services that are out there on iHeartRadio, the TuneIn app, even on sports1440.ca. If you miss any part of any show, you can find them where all the podcasts hang out on Apple, Spotify, Google, even Amazon. Please subscribe. It's free. Select the auto download. You'll never miss a second of any show. You betcha. Hey, so glad you're with us on a Monday morning. Hope you had a fabulous weekend. It does not feel like June 1st, does it? It was cold yesterday. It's cold today, wet and rainy. And we got a big soccer game in town tonight. Canada takes on Uzbekistan down at Commonwealth Stadium. A friendly or a precursor, if you will, ahead of the World Cup, which gets underway in a dozen days. And we will talk about that this morning and many, many other things that happen on the weekend. Hey, it's Monday. That means our co-host on Mondays and Fridays, Grey Cup champion from 2015, all-decade team with the double E, all-century team. U Sports History. Eddie Steele. Good morning, Eddie.
Good morning.
How was your weekend, big fella?
Man, it was a good weekend.
It's chilly, eh? Yesterday.
Oh, sure did.
So we golfed yesterday at the ranch.
Yeah.
Me, Marie. Well, the Wiz was in Saskatchewan, but Marie, Sean Piercy, and myself, it was cold.
Chilly.
That was bad. It was a bad, like I'm still cold right now.
Oh, for sure. To the bone.
Yep.
Because it hasn't stopped raining since.
Piercy shot par in that.
Wow.
And, we're looking at like the wind yesterday. And like, I can't imagine, I think it's going to be similar tonight for the soccer game.
So what part of the game? It was the putting you mentioned?
Putting was bad yesterday. But
outside of that, how'd you hit the sticks in the weather? Like
fine.
The ball stayed pretty true on you?
I was fine with everything except for putting yesterday.
Huh.
And normally putting's okay for me, but I don't know what it was yesterday. But I had 6, 7, 3 putts at least.
You guys didn't walk, did you?
No. Come on.
So when when it's weather like that, does Murray have the capabilities to turn off the GPS on those carts?
No,
you can canter all over the place.
No, they were fine. Like the course was like the ranch in windy, well, it's not in rain conditions handles it better than any course in town. So there was no puddling anywhere. Nothing.
Oh, good. So that's always the concern, especially when it's consistent rain like this.
Yeah. Oh, but it was just cold. And I mean, you dressed for it, but the guy's hands at the end were
totally.
I had the double gloves going. It didn't matter.
I got to give some love to Stephanie too. My wife, she ran a marathon
yesterday.
In this weather. Yeah.
Unreal.
Down in the White Mud.
So what?
5 Peaks. They do it every year.
Yeah.
She's done it a couple of years ago. So there's a 1K walk,
a 3K. How come you didn't run?
Man, like I said, somebody's got to look after the kids, man.
Really?
It was chilly. too cold. I'm fair weather at this point. You know how many hours and games I've spent and rain delays I've spent? I've put my time in the rain, Kevin.
I know.
I put my time in the rain.
Well,
but she did great.
Hey, we were there on Friday night at Clark Park.
Oh, we'll get to this.
And
Yes.
We were there to watch it was an hour delay, thankfully. And I have to thank my buddy Murray McCourt. We were in the VIP room for the game. So we didn't have to worry about.
Speaking of VIP,
what?
I got something to say to you, buddy. I heard you were walking around with cups of red wine. Oh, bougie boy. I'm Kevin Carey, red wine all over. Army Darrell said he saw you.
I saw
red wine boy.
Oh, really? Well, you want to talk about Army Darrell? He snuck into the VIP room. Not only did he sneak in, he went to the buffet. Pulls up a plate.
Pulls himself right
I
out.
was like, what are you doing, man? And not only that, and you know what? I'm going to throw this bugger under the bus.
Here we go.
I don't care. He sneaks in 2 Pilsners into
him.
there.
Good for him.
Sneaks in a couple of pill, and they were
What
warm.
was the drink of choice? Red wine?
I had red wine on Friday.
I know.
Yeah,
but a fella's at a football game. That's typically not it, you know?
No, it was got, so I got to tell
VIP.
a quick story here too. And so Friday night, and I'm going to close it out with what happened last night because I was just crawling into the old fart sack and then I get a call. So Friday night, I went with Big Baldy, Grant Jongajan. And you want to hear a really funny story? So my neighbor Grant was drafted by the Eskimos years ago, played 1 or 2 exhibition games, but he was given jersey number 49 by Dwayne Mandrusiak. Whoever gets jersey 49 at camp they give that because you're not making the team.
Usually.
Yeah.
I've played with a couple 49.
Yeah.
They're always a linebacker.
Yeah.
Meathead special teamer.
Anyway, so he gets jersey 49, Eddie, and has a couple games, as I said. But so now we get to, we sit there. They dressed 99 players. And he looks, oh, someone's got 49. He says, I go, Grant, like, unless there's triple digit numbers here, everyone's got a number tonight. There's 40, like there's 99
Look at
players.
the roster.
So, he said he thought it was kind of funny anyway. But
So the game. Did you stay for the delay and
stayed
everything?
the whole thing.
Okay.
Left with a minute left. Well, left after they, I guess, turned the ball over or whatever, with a minute left or whatever it was.
Were you disappointed that more people weren't out fan-wise, or do you understand because of the delay? Like, where do you land with that?
Tremendously disappointed. Could not say more right now that I can't believe it. I could not believe that there were less than 3,000 people at the game. You know why?
Lay it out there.
There was twice as many people at the Riverhawks.
I know. I was going to bring
twice as many.
I saw Mac here.
For college kids,
Yeah.
that there isn't one person that's listening to this radio station right now that could tell you a name of one player on this team.
Man, and I'm trying to understand it because baseball is slower as well. So
they had a delay.
They had the same delay.
It rained there. It's not like they were playing indoors here, Eddie.
And look, you don't have to sell me on football. I'm going to a football game 10 times out of 10. But I'm trying to just understand the hype, the draw, the attention for the Riverhawks, which is not pro. And again, it's baseball, which is much slower of a game, but yet it has this draw to it right now. It's very interesting.
There were little things like, even we're walking up to Clark, and I said, there has to be where's the old knothole fence here? I want to see a fence that's built like out of the old lumber. And I want kids with their face through
a throwback gimmick.
Yeah, I want kids with their face through this, like a fence, and pictures taken. Like on the concourse at Commonwealth, they have the small little fire in, and all the kids go there and they play around and get their pictures taken. It's like the brick thing.
Little kid zone.
Yeah. Like there, I wanted to see that. I wanted to see little things. Now, is the juice worth the squeeze here for one game? I understand all that, but I was disappointed. I couldn't tell you how disappointed I was with the amount of people there.
Yeah, I was too after I saw photos of the Riverhawks. I totally understood it. And then I saw on social media, there was still a rain delay just downtown, a couple clicks away. And then, you look how thick that crowd was.
Yeah. Lance says it's twice as cheap. It wasn't a preseason game. But again, Lance, I get your text, 833-401-1440. Keep them coming in. Daryl says, give me the Riverhawks over Elks 10 times.
This is
10.
a one-off, though. That's what, like, playing at Clark, it's a
you're
one-off.
Supposed to have, this is an event.
Yeah.
It's not a preseason game.
Exactly.
It's an event.
Exactly.
So
it's like when it's played in Victoria or Kelowna. It's an event. It's not just one-off.
I ended up I phoned Danny Kepley yesterday. And you know who Danny is. Danny's still in the history of the CFL, one of the best defensive players to ever play. And I said, Danny, I was at the game on Friday, and it was at Clark. He was like, he didn't know. He's in North Carolina. He didn't know about it. And he told me the story about old Frankie Morris. So Frankie Morris picked him up at the airport when Danny Kepley came from Dallas Cowboys. And he takes him to Clark Park back in the day, and he says, this is your new home. And he's standing at center field kind of thing and whatever. And Danny goes, my high school stadium was bigger.
Legit.
Anyway.
Hey, I want to just ask some of these texters why you would rather go to the Riverhawks.
Bad captain. Fan experience is outstanding at the Riverhawks, not so much at Commonwealth.
But
the marketing team for Riverhawks is crushing it. Elks need to be better from Justin.
And sure, but when it comes to like the concessions and stuff, it gets jammed up. I've been to Riverhawks games.
Yeah.
It's a small venue. It's very similar to Commonwealth where everybody gets flooded to one place. So what about the fan experience? I've been to games
for River,
and this is not me downing them. I'm just trying to truly understand what the drive is for the baseball, because I've been and it's fun. I enjoy it. I love the hot dogs more than anything.
I just said like the fan experience. There was nothing they had problems with the sound system at Clark on.
Did they?
Oh, it was awful. It was like awful.
Really?
They had to unplug where we were sitting. They had to unplug the speaker because it sounded like the Lucy Charlie Brown thing.
I was wondering how they were going to do this. I saw they rolled in kind of a screen to a makeshift jumbotron. Just kind of had it in the corner.
There was a jumbotron. They ran some old videos and stuff from back in the day to sort of the nostalgic thing. But it was a failure on Friday night at Clark. It was a failure to put on this game. Take the weather aside. Don't even talk about the weather.
Well, Here we go. Week 1.
There we go.
Ottawa. This is where it matters. This is time.
Hey, the Duke of Delburne's off today. That means Josh Fenwick running the board over there. Like, first of all, Fenny, I mean, this is unbelievable. Like, you are just pounding the keyboard over there. I have no idea what's going on, but you are pounding the snot out of the keyboard, whatever that means. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
How was your weekend?
It was lovely. Obviously, I had a great time. It was the lady's birthday. So,
okay. What do you mean? What did you do?
On Friday,
what the ladies, she's got a name, I assume.
Do tell.
You call her, hey lady, happy birthday.
Yeah, no, Nyla, my gorgeous, beautiful girlfriend. It was her birthday on Wednesday, and her and a bunch of her friends from Peace River came down for the weekend. So Friday, we all got pretty sloshed at her apartment, just played a bunch of games, had a bunch of people over. And then Saturday, I was their Uber ride when they were here in a cabana at the water park. So I just sort of bummed around the mall all day, and then went out to White Ave after some more drinking and things. And then yesterday, we went to the movies and watched Obsession. It was her friend's idea. I slept for 1 hour last night because I was so horrified by this movie. And
it got to you.
Oh, it got to me big time. This is because it's like 2 shades away from This Is So Real. And she was not very kind about how scared I was by this movie, copying all the stuff that this girl did in the movie. So in totality, the weekend was very good.
Well, good to hear, and good to see you behind the board there with Mac the Knife, Mackenzie. She's with us as well in your chair. So the Duke's at the big 4-H thing in
is that what it is?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's emceeing the thing.
Oh,
oh yeah, he's big time.
That's big
I mean,
time.
you know,
All
you think
right,
of-
Duke.
You know, like he's got the cattle prod out there. I could imagine.
So where's this one at? Is this down in
I
Red
think
Deer
it's somewhere in
Central?
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, Duke runs Central Alberta. let's be honest.
Yeah.
He's running the show out there.
As they call him in those parts, Dougie.
Dougie. Coming up on the big program today, we got Ryan Payton from Sirius XM NHL Radio to lead things off. We had to bump Alan Mitchell down to the 10 o'clock hour today. I mean, I don't think Ty's going to be happy with that.
Quick turnaround.
Well, he likes getting up early.
Well,
you know,
yeah,
he loves it.
and the
But,
10
you know,
and then quick turnaround, noon.
Also coming up in his usual 8 o'clock spot, Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet. I'm so looking forward to 9:20 once we get rid of you, Eddie. George McGowan, double E wide receiver. George was one of the very best that played in the 70s for the double E, the Eskimos, from 73 to 78.
So who lined this up? I was wondering about this.
Jason Beulah
Okay.
helped line it up, and then I texted George, but it was all on Jason Beulah, who bought our dinner, Eddie, that we got to go with. And I got to respond to Buell's on that. I don't think those dates are going to work that he, suggested, but we'll work on that. Dan Weiss from Spurs Radio. This has got Fenny written all over it. So game number 1 of the NBA Finals goes on Wednesday after the Spurs beat OKC on Saturday night. They just,
I'm pleased with that.
it wasn't like, I mean, it was 111-103, but to me, it felt like a way bigger discrepancy.
Yeah,
at the play.
it did.
Yeah.
The Spurs, the shot making ability of the
Yep.
Spurs defense.
Yep.
Yeah, it was good.
And
ball.
then Alan Mitchell coming up at 10:20. When we come back, Ryan Payton, Sirius XM NHL Radio, will preview tomorrow's game number 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, Vegas and Carolina, after Carolina defeated the Montreal Canadiens in 5 games on Friday night. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele, Josh Fenwick, and Mac the Knife on Sports 1440 AM radio, or streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
With Play Alberta, backing the home team goes beyond the bets. That's because your picks have provincial impact. Play Alberta is the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. By investing in the General Revenue Fund, every play, bet, and buy made on Play Alberta helps make a difference across the province. Visit playalberta.ca/Gregor to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/Gregor. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
At Hughes, it's all about getting in and out quick and clean. No cash, no problem. With Hughes' new tap and wash system, all you need is your debit or credit card to get your vehicle sparkling clean.
Find us at HughesCarWash.com.
The sun's out, the pavement's warm, and that low rumble of a Harley rolling by? Oh yeah, that's calling your name. This is riding season, and if you've been thinking about a new ride, Harley-Davidson of Edmonton has the one that'll get your heart pumping. With a huge selection of new and pre-owned bikes, there's one waiting for you. Whether you're upgrading or just getting started. And while you're there, ask about test rides, because the only way to know is to ride it. For more details, visit Harley-Davidson of Edmonton on the Yellowhead Trail, locally owned and operated since 1980, or at hdedmonton.com.
Everything is going to be okay. Any business, regardless of size, can stumble occasionally. I'm Dan McDicken, a licensed insolvency trustee with Faber. If your business is facing financial challenges, our team of chartered insolvency and restructuring professionals have corporate debt recovery solutions that work. Schedule your free Faber Focus session at faber.ca today. Chances of a positive outcome increase if you engage Faber sooner rather than later.
At Leading Edge Physiotherapy, healing doesn't have to feel heavy, because in our SwimX aquatic therapy pools, you literally float your way to recovery. Whether you're dealing with arthritis, back pain, joint injuries, post-surgical rehab, chronic pain, balance issues, mobility challenges, or just feeling a little creaky, warm water and gentle resistance have your back, your knees, and your hips. Trusted by pro sports teams and rehab hospitals, our SwimX pools help you move sooner, hurt less, and recover faster. So take the load off. Let the water do the work. Life shouldn't hurt. LeadingEdgePhysio.com.
When thirst strikes and your energy begins to fade, one hero rises above the rest. Introducing the Superpower Smoothie from Booster Juice. A bright sun-charged burst of mangoes, bananas, and blue spirulina. An out-of-this-world smoothie, just in time for the new Supergirl movie. Discover your power and channel your inner superhero. Fly into your local Booster Juice and experience it for yourself today. And see Supergirl. Only in theaters June 26.
Bashaw Concrete Products. From concrete and septic tanks to blocks, precast water pads, Jersey barriers and aggregates. Farmers, contractors, homeowners. Plan your next project at BashawConcrete.com. Family owned, over 60 years pouring. Bashaw Concrete Products. Once again, start here. BashawConcrete.com.
The Karius Show, breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams, even though his favorite Junior A hockey team is the Yorkton Terriers. Thanks for checking in with Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program 721. That is a song for Brian Desjardins, our buddy. He said he texted in a little while ago, said, I know it's not Playlist Friday, but how about that song for all the grads out there who celebrated their high school grads this weekend? He said, my son had his last night, safely wanted to say there was a few in my basement sleeping the fun off this morning. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. And thanks for listening. We're going to talk a little hockey right now. With our puck report brought to you by Fountain Tire. And at Fountain Tire, we focus on one thing. It's your vehicle. From tires, wheels, to oil changes, vehicle repairs, we have you covered. Visit fountaintire.com to book your appointment today as we welcome in Ryan Payton from Sirius XM NHL Radio. Good morning, Ryan. You're with Kevin Karius and the all-decade team, all-century team in U Sports history, Eddie Steele. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning, big guy. Really appreciate it.
How are you?
Good. Well, I mean, you got to be just thrilled to have Eddie on with you. Like this,
of course,
big time operation.
Look at him; he's smiling from ear to ear.
You're something else, KK. And now, you ever seen a black guy blush?
I see a little bit.
Oh man. So. Well, here we go. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final goes tomorrow. How do you think this series is not going to play out, Ryan? But what about the style? What kind of style of play do you think we're going to see here in this series?
I think this is, first of all, let me just say this about the two teams. You know how when you start the playoffs, health is such a huge, important thing. These are the two healthiest teams, and is it a coincidence that the two healthiest teams are in the final? I mean, maybe a little bit, but the fact is they're healthy, and that's great for the Stanley Cup Final. I think they're so similar. This to me is one of the more intriguing series. I think they play a similar style of game. Vegas certainly has come on a lot since Torts took over from Cassidy. Carolina Hurricanes have been just a juggernaut this entire postseason, and they were also 2 in the 82 games, like just quietly going about their business. And what they did in the last 2 games, specifically against Montreal, really showed me what this team is all about in Carolina. I know Montreal ran out of gas, I get it, but just how structurally sound the whole team is in Carolina. Everyone knows their role on their team, and they play to within that role. They don't do too much. They just do what they're supposed to do. And the same thing I think is in Vegas as well. You have a nice balance of veterans, and you have and since Torts has come in, he has really gotten the confidence back with that team. And they've been there before. All this team does is win. Like since they expanded into the league, that's all they know. So I think just on paper, even stats, and based on what I've seen, the optics of it, I think they're 2 evenly matched teams. I really do. And this to me has the makings of being a pretty long series.
Now, Ryan, it's interesting the way you talk about Carolina, because as my partner in crime here, he calls them a table hockey team. Everybody knows their role. They stay in place. They do their job. Do the right thing. Now, my question to you is, I'm wondering if Vegas is going to be able to lean on them with a little bit of their size throughout the series and kind of wear them down in that sense.
Yeah, that's a great point. It is. Table hockey, I like that, Kevin. I think that's a very good. It's true. It's true. And they may be one of the most boring teams in the league, but the fact is they're winning, right? They're 4 runs away now from winning the cup. I think that's one of the keys too that Vegas needs to do. Carolina is not. I mean, they can be physical when they need to be, but that's not one of their parts to their game that they really focus on. But if you're Vegas and you can run them a bit and use the body and use the physical size to your advantage, I think that may throw the Canes off a bit. But to be honest, Eddie, I don't know if that would even do anything, because I just think as good as Vegas is, Carolina is just so good. And everyone's going to say, and they still say, oh, they weren't tested against Ottawa. They weren't tested against Philly. Really, were they tested against Montreal? That first game was just a blip. Outside of that, to me, one of the more unevenly matched series that I've seen in a long time, even though it went to 5 and 2 games were decided in OT. But I don't know. I just think what I've seen with Carolina, as good as Vegas is, they're going to really have to play a sound style of hockey and not get away from their game. It's one thing, too, and you guys know this about hockey. When you go into the final series like they're in now, you may try to adjust your game to adjust to the other team's style of play. I think that's the worst thing a team could do. I really do. Because once you start to do that, you get away from the game that you've been playing for an extended amount of time, and the game that's gotten you to this point. So I just think it's going to be down to really whoever plays within their own system better is going to come out on top of this one.
Ryan Payton, Sirius XM NHL Radio, our guest on the Kevin Carey Show with Eddie Steele. When you look at storylines in this series, Ryan, where do you have the Mitch Marner angle rated for you?
Well, I can tell you, I haven't heard any of it in Toronto. I haven't heard anything about Mitch in Toronto. It's been so. Are you kidding? It's all we talk about. Look, I've said this time and time again since he started in this postseason. Go get a cup, Mitch. Go get a cup. Go do it. Enough of this narrative that still is played out in Toronto. It's tiring. It's exhausting. Forget it. What we're seeing with him is, it's a big storyline. It is, because now he's won 3 series. He's been part of 3 series now that they've won, and in his first year in Vegas, couldn't do it in Toronto. But it wasn't his fault in Toronto. It was a whole bunch of different things, and we don't have to go into that. But what I love about the Vegas fit for Mitch is that he doesn't need to be the one that really the entire team goes through. I think in Toronto, one of the biggest things people fail to realize and understand is that everything went through Mitch Marner in Toronto. The power play did, even penalty killing toward the end. They look to him to just create plays. You don't have to do that in Vegas. He does create plays, but they have a lot of great players on that team. Jack Eichel does his stuff. Dorofeev has been fantastic. Mark Stone. So I think with him, I'm not going to say the pressure is there, but what he has had to do in Vegas is different than what he had to do in Toronto. And I think that's why he's part of his success this season, and also getting out of the Toronto market. It's a huge thing. It really is. But that's a big story going in. I'm fully supportive of him. I'd love to see him get a cup. I really would. And it's too bad it ended the way it did in Toronto. But that's one story for sure. Another story, one for me, is that I'm looking at is behind the bench. I mean, Ron Brind'Amour has been a part of almost every single Carolina Hurricane playoff hockey game, whether it's a coach or whether it's a player. And then John Tortorella. He was in the media in March, and now he's 4 wins away from winning a cup in Vegas. So, I mean, there's both of those guys, great coaches in their own rights, and some great storylines going into this one. It's going to be fun.
I wanted to actually, and I'm so happy that you brought it up in this direction, Rob Brind'Amour, and just about his lore. Say they go on to win this, and to win it as a player, to go on and win it as a coach, all the success that he's had in the playoffs as a coach. We know what his legacy already is in Carolina. It's cemented. But talk about the bigger picture of the league. What would his lore, his legacy be in the league to someone who, in a rare company, who there's not many player coaches who have won both, is there?
Yeah, I think he would be in that small category of one of the best all-around hockey people to ever play the game, and meaning on the ice and also behind the bench, because he is. I remember when he got hired, and I thought, I'm always one. I look at Martin St. Louis and Montreal. He's done a great job with the Canadians. The window is open. They're going to be just fine. But I look at some of these players, and I think the former players really do something behind the bench a little bit more so than a lot of these other coaches that haven't played the game before. And St. Louis is a prime example. When Ron Brind'Amour was hired, I thought this is one of the best hires ever to be honest, in the history of hockey, because he brings what he brought as a player behind the bench. He was on a podcast recently, and he was focusing on so much of the mental aspect of the preparation that he does for the players. And one of the lines was, the easy part is the game. It's 12 to 18 minutes. And if you think about it, 12 to 18, maybe the average ice time for players, say you're 15 a night, whatever it is, some guys get more, I get it. But then he said the hardest part is the 24 hours in preparation before. And that to me is what makes him one of the best coaches in the game. His belief in the preparation, and you can see that behind the bench every night. You can see it during practice. You can see it from the players in every single game. And I would love nothing more than for him to get a cup and hoist it as a coach, because I remember that they had the video 20 years ago when Gary Bettman wasn't even finished talking, he was commenting, no, give me the cup, and he hoisted the cup before Gary could even give it to him or say, yeah, go ahead. But that's who Rod is. Rod's like, okay, I've done it, I've won it, I can do this. This is what I'm going to do now as a coach, and it's been a process. So I give him a ton of credit, and not only that, based on what they've done in the last few seasons, you really got to pat them on the back, because they have not had playoff success. They've been an 82 season great team, but they haven't done anything in the playoffs. But now they're 4 wins away. So yeah, he to me is one of the best hockey people I think that I've seen in a long time.
How do you think this coaching matchup, like between Tortorella and Brind'Amour, how do you think it plays out? And does someone have an edge here, Ryan?
Yeah, that's a great question. What's the over-under on Torts not allowing his players to speak to the media? Is it game 1, 2, 3, 4? Like, what? No, I'm just kidding. That's not going to happen. He already did it. He said sorry. Wouldn't be surprised if he pulls something over the course of this. The other day when Brind'Amour, when they were about to play game 5 against Montreal, there was a shot of Brind'Amour who was, he came out, it was during warm-up, and the coaches aren't usually on the bench. Some of them are, but most of them are back in the dressing room. But he was near the tunnel, and he was staring down at the Canadiens bench. He was staring down at the Canadiens end. And the caption was, look at what he's doing. Brind'Amour is watching every move in warm-up by the Montreal Canadiens. I think this is what we're going to see. There is so much attention to detail with these two coaches. They do not miss a single thing. They don't. And it's going to be, I think, a battle of the wits and the last change and the matchups. How many times did we see Rod Brind'Amour start the fourth line against Montreal? I mean, why not do it again? You start his fourth line. His fourth line's been great. So I think it's going to get the last change. The last change is big, right? Especially when you have it on home ice. Two of the best coaches I've seen, two of the best coaches I think the game has ever seen. And this is where the chess match really starts to come into play, especially if something happens in game 1 where you're not matched up well against the other team's line. You're going to make adjustments. And the adjustments within the game, as you guys know, that's the storyline that we see a lot of times in hockey. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. Two of the great minds, too, in the game behind the bench.
You know, when you're talking about him watching warm-up there, Brind'Amour, honestly, I think that Brind'Amour thought that Marty St. Louis was going to make a lineup change.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he was looking at.
That's what he was looking at?
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah. And I get it. And that was what, I mean, think about it. You lose the 2 games in OT, you're down 3-1, and then you lose that last game, the one you get shut out with in game 4. So yeah, but again, you know, that's Rod again, just attention to detail, not wanting to miss any single thing before the drop of the puck in that first period.
Hey, Ryan, it's a Monday morning out here in Edmonton. It's been raining for the past couple of days, kind of gloomy. So might as well get people stirred up. I just want to get you to weigh in on the whole Vegas Bruce Cassidy saga that's going on.
I'll say this. When Bruce came on and you know, first of all, Bruce is still getting the paycheck, right? So he wants to coach. I feel it's in the rules. You're under contract and you're not allowed to do this. You can't do it unless you're released from the contract. I get it. I feel for Bruce because he would love to have a job. He said that. He goes, I want to coach. I want to do this. I just think it's created more of a mess in Edmonton. The end of the season was a mess. I think the last part of most of the season to me was a mess. And the last thing you want to have happen going into off season is, you know, especially when they let go of the head coach. I remember I was talking to somebody a number of weeks ago when Knobloch was still the head coach in Edmonton. And I asked them on the show and I said, look, I said, is there a possibility that he is let go? The answer was, well, why would you do that when you're just about to start an extension? My response was, well, why not? to me, that doesn't matter anymore. This game has changed. You wouldn't do that years ago, but this game's different. This game is different. It's about winning now. And with what's happening in Edmonton, it's not going that direction. And they need it because there's so many storylines also in this offseason and then going into certainly training camp, whatever. I just think it's too bad, to be honest with you, that happened, and McCrimmon coming out and saying what he did, and then Edmonton now looking at this and this and this, and they need a coach. And if they want to get him, I mean, that's the bottom line in all this. You need to find somebody behind the bench, and I think that they wanted him in Cassidy. But I feel for Cassidy, to be honest, at the end of the day, because he's being put here, he's being tugged here, and all that. He just wants to coach. He just wants to have a job. And anyway, hopefully that's going to play itself out at some point. We'll see.
I still think, and I've been saying it since day one, he's still going to be the coach here next year.
You think so?
Yeah. You believe?
Well, Eddie asked me who the three choices were for the head coach here, and I said 1, Bruce Cassidy, 2, Bruce Cassidy.
And I'm telling you, I will agree with you. He'd be a great fit. I think Cassidy would be a great fit anywhere. I really do. And I know that things didn't end well in Vegas, and they made that late change, and Torts came in, and everything's fine. That's whatever. But Bruce Cassidy is a great coach. So yeah, I'm with you. I wouldn't be surprised if he's behind the bench in Edmonton.
I guess the only pushback would be, how long are the Oilers willing to wait? Because it's playing the waiting game now. We're just playing chicken. How long are they actually willing to wait, or do they check down?
They don't need anything quickly here, Eddie. They can take their time. I think as long as you have something in place by the draft,
that's key. When? Yeah,
it's another
few weeks.
June 20, whatever it is, 7, I guess it is.
Yeah, okay. June 26th is the Fridays when it starts. Yeah, so you got 3 weeks, or just over 3 weeks. Yeah. But I'm with you. I mean, if you like any team in this situation, specifically Edmonton, even Toronto as well, right? You want to have a coach. You want to have something in place before the draft, and there's some vacancies out there right now.
Ryan, as always, appreciate your time. Have great shows this week, and it's going to be an interesting Stanley Cup final. Thanks for coming on, as always, big guy.
A pleasure. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Ryan Payton, Sirius XM, NHL Radio, and our Puck Report, brought to you by Fountain Tire. And again, we focus on one thing and one thing only, your vehicle. Check them out at fountaintire.com and book your appointment today. Text 833-401-1440. We'll get to them when we come back. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele, Josh Fenwick, and Mac the Knife on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Summer weekends in Alberta mean one thing: tournament season.
I brought the folding chairs. I brought the sunscreen. I brought the umbrella, just in case.
But who brought the snacks to get through a doubleheader?
I got Alberta's best beef jerky.
Wilhauk Beef Jerky, the ultimate sideline fuel. Whether you're cheering on the kids or watching the pros, load up on Alberta's best beef jerky.
Wilhauk Beef Jerky, because you can't have summer fun with salad. Only available in Leduc.
60 years ago, we started selling trucks as Western GMC Buick. Today, we are Wolf GMC Buick. We're still located on the corner of 184th Street and Stony Plain Road with the same ownership for over 2 decades. Our customers have trusted our family-owned, community-driven business, and for that, we are thankful. If you're looking for a truck or SUV, pop in and one of our seasoned professionals will get you a great deal, hassle-free. Come trust our team at Wolf GMC Buick. Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy.
Don't let equipment failure stop you cold. At AWS Welding in Nisku, our factory-trained service techs are on hand for all welding equipment repairs. We're a fully warranted center for Miller, Lincoln, and ESAB. And we service all makes and models. Proper, regular service extends the life of your gear and keeps it running at peak capacity. Don't wait for a breakdown. Book your service appointment today at 780-979-0470. AWS Welding. We make it happen.
The Brick is thrilled to introduce the new exclusive Shaquille O'Neal home lineup of furniture. Each piece features premium Shaq-heated memory foam for exceptional comfort, made to be lived in and loved for years. Each piece is built on a strong hardwood frame, offering sturdy comfort day after day. Head to any Brick location and snap a photo with Shaquille O'Neal. A life-size Shaq is waiting in store. Scan the QR code and upload your pic for a chance to win one of 4 Shaquille O'Neal home pieces. Exclusively at The Brick, saving you more.
Hey there, I'm in the Fountain Tire sidecar, making a list of the things I'm doing this spring. 1, saving you money with up to 20% off select tires until June 13th. 2, Water skiing. Tricky in a sidecar, but fun. And 3, saving you more money with mail-in rebates of up to $100 off a set of 4 Select tires and $50 off a $150 service with the purchase of 4 Select tires. Oh, that's 4 things. Oh well, restrictions apply. Book online at fountaintire.com. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
This jersey was worn by the legend himself, signed and everything. You can't just wear it. I'm framing it with expressions and images.
Your prized jersey deserves better than the closet. Think Expressions and Images, your local custom framer since 91. You name it, we frame it.
I'm good to go. With Mortgages to Go, you'll be good to go. MortgagesToGo.ca says yes when the banks say no. That's why Alberta has trusted Mortgages to Go for over 23 years. If you need cash and have equity in your home, you're approved instantly, guaranteed. Call 1-888-888-5998. That's 1-888-888-5998. With Mortgages to Go, you'll say,
I'm good to go. Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in-stock, ready-to-deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need, when you need it, 24/7, 365, every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
Question: what do you do with your metal?
Lawn ornaments.
Statues.
I made this hat for Kitty, but it's a little heavy. Sorry, Mr. Fluffles.
At Metal Supermarkets, they encourage you to submit your creations to the Metal My Way Gallery today. You can win some great prizes. Go to metalmyway.com, a celebration of metal mastery. Proudly sponsored by Metal Supermarkets, the local convenience stores for Southside, West End, metalsupermarkets.com.
You're listening to Sports 1440 and watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Sports 24/7. We are Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 742 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele, Josh Fenwick, and Mac the Knife here with you on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. Memorial Cup, have to mention Kitchener beat Everett 6-2 last night to take the Memorial Cup. I mean, Kitchener, unbelievable team. They were by far the best team in this tournament and showed it, and they were full marks. I mean, the game was close until the third period, and they had a 5-on-3 Kitchener, and they scored on that. Then they scored on the 5-on-4. So that's where the game ended last night for the Everett Silver Tips. Hey, we talked about it off the top. Canada is taking on Uzbekistan tonight here at Commonwealth Stadium. Unfortunately, terrible luck, bad break for Marcelo Flores. Suffered a knee injury. He's going to be out.
ACL.
He's gone for the tournament for the World Cup. Just so disappointing. Like, I mean, so
worst
disappointing.
timing.
Yeah.
Worst timing.
Like, you can't get worse luck than that.
Injuries stink.
I think there's going to be a good 40,000 there tonight.
Yeah.
We're just watching in our Sports 1440 studios. Our buddy Matt Chinetti is doing a little hit from yesterday. The field looks great, doesn't it?
It really does.
And Eddie, maybe you'll be able to take some of this turf home someday.
Need it. I'm doing my front as we speak. I've been shoveling a ton of rock out front. I got to show you a picture, actually.
What do you mean? Like shoveling a ton? Like,
yeah,
really?
yeah. I'll definitely, if you're listening, text it in. I'll get this photo for you and show you the work that No, this
she runs the marathon.
Nope.
She does the shoveling. You do nothing.
Do you guys remember that photo from a few years back in COVID that in Winnipeg, the guy who took a picture of his wife who came home, the nurse, she came home and she was shoveling and he took a picture. He was making her breakfast from inside. Oh, he got lambasted. He went viral for it. I'm not that guy.
Okay.
I don't stay inside while Stephanie does the hard work.
I hope it's a good crowd tonight. And again, it's going to be crappy weather.
Stinks.
This is tough. These guys must be from Uzbekistan are going, thought we were playing June 1, not January 1.
What's the weather like in Uzbekistan? Where is Uzbekistan even?
What do you mean? You don't know where it is? It's in Europe.
Oh, you show me where? Right, left, north, south?
You know where it is, Eddie. Don't come on now.
Kevin, do you know where it is?
I know exactly where
Don't throw it at me.
Yeah, I know exactly where it's a small country, Eddie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Located near?
It would be about a 2-hour drive from
Boy.
what?
Okay, finish.
A 2-hour drive from ballpark somewhere in the vicinity of Bosnia Herzegovina.
I love you, man.
Yeah.
I love you.
You don't know where it is?
That's a great answer.
You know what Duke would know?
That is,
Duke
he
would know what the capital is. Josh Fenwick, do you know what the capital of Uzbekistan is?
Uzbekistan City. I don't know. I have no clue.
The fact that you pulled Bosnia Herzegovina in that is hilarious, Kevin. Well played.
Like I'm surprised that you don't know where it is, Eddie.
You looking it up?
No. No.
No, I'm not a big Uzbekistan guy. You should see how I wrote it out in my notes. I wrote it out definitely only so I could pronounce it properly, not the correct spelling.
So I'm actually I'm pretty close. It's just north of Afghanistan.
Okay.
So I was pretty close. And
okay, how about Bosnia Herzegovina? How is it?
Bosnia, yeah.
That's Canada plays Bosnia.
Well, that's who Canada plays in their first game.
Yes.
Yeah. But Uzbekistan is just north of Afghanistan. There's another country between Uzbekistan and Iran called Turkmenistan.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Definitely have heard of that.
It would be so here's another for people that maybe like Ukraine, and never say the Ukraine. It's just Ukraine.
It's Ukraine.
Ukraine is west of Uzbekistan, but you've got to go kind of over the Black Sea to get there.
Okay.
Ballpark.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele with you on Sports 1440. So when I was at the game on Friday, Eddie, I want to see if you remember this because it was the very first drive that the Elks had.
Lay it on me.
Okay. So they ran the ball, they passed the ball well. First drive, they're down and they're knocking on the door. It's 3rd and 1. Are you catching my drift here? It's 3rd and 1. Cody Fajardo is lined up in the shotgun. And they attempted a pass. It's incomplete. Now, the offense stayed on the field for 5 seconds.
Yes, they did.
They stayed on the field for 5 seconds, which leads me to believe, and again, with all the stuff that was going on, the audio was terrible in the stadium, and I'm wondering if there was miscommunication on the headsets, etc., between what was going on from the coaches to the players, etc.
Not knowing the down?
They did not know the down, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because why would you? First of all, it's 3rd and 1 on the 5-yard line or whatever it was.
Was there not a timeout called before that though? I don't remember specifically. I was watching via the stream, but now was there a timeout call going into that 3rd? My only pushback, KK, on that would be maybe they were thinking of challenging because they ran like a quick little screen slant to Mack, correct? To Austin Mack. It was a quick pass and it was, obviously incomplete. So I don't know.
Mike just texted in. Fajardo said post game they thought it was first down.
Ooh.
So to me again, first
I got nothing for that.
That is bad.
I got nothing for that.
And I mean, what there's every team in the CFL has never ever thrown the ball in the shotgun on 3rd and 1 ever.
I was curious about the play call, but then I thought, it's preseason. Maybe they're just giving it a go. That was my thought process behind that. I was curious about that. It was the first drive. I know exactly. And they moved the ball well. Those first 2 drives, the offense marched it right down the throat.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a curious one.
I'm getting a little grief from the text line from people where Uzbekistan is. And
really?
Yeah.
What do they say?
Well, they're giving me Uzbekistan is in Central Asia. Europe? Question mark. 71-hour drive from Uzbekistan to B&H. Army Daryl says it's in Asia. Bosnia is 71 hours from Uzbekistan. Your globe is upside down, Karius.
Hey, we're here to talk some sports, baby. We're just doing a little bit of extra, giving you some bonus cov on that.
Schwackhammer says, how about this, Eddie, when we were talking about, hate to harp on it, but leave the grass in for the season at Commonwealth. See how the season goes. I loved it when it was natural grass.
I didn't, to be honest. No, I didn't like playing on grass. Some people do, but I didn't. I played on natural grass twice, not 3 times in my pro career. One was here back in Commonwealth. It would have been 2011 when they still had it. Out east would have been the other in Moncton, and then BC when they had at Empire Stadium, they had the makeshift stadium. Grass, sure, it's nicer and softer to land on, and when you're getting tackled and rolled up, it is a little bit softer and forgiving that way, but it makes you feel really slow, really clunky. You can't really run and cut as quick as you'd like. And speaking of cutting, that's why we see all these knees and Achilles being blown out. But there is something to be said when you stick your cleat in the ground, you know it's going to stay where you stick it. With grass, that thing can slide out in your feet. They just give out under you, and that's not fun at all.
Yeah. I just look at it too. Like I remember just kind of being on the sidelines, and it felt like more like a football game. You know, I don't know.
It's old school. You're right, man. It is old school, high school. Put the hand in the dirt, and it's old school, but definitely slower. And with big guys like me, man, you need every edge to feel quick.
Text 833-401-1440. Penguin says 40,000 for an exhibition soccer match. We can't get Clark half full, and it wasn't like it was disappointing.
So they go out and go 1-0 against Ottawa this week, coming back home to Commonwealth next week. Do you think it would be a decent turnout?
Honestly, I don't think they're going to get 25,000.
So you don't think winning will solve the problem?
No.
I don't. We'll see mid-season when this team is rolling.
Listen, let's mid-season and the home opener is 2 different things.
Yeah, it is. They got to just get going. That's first and foremost, get going. Past 2 seasons, they started what? 0-6, 0-7? It's been terrible. Past 2 years. Get going.
Summerside Sean says, hey guys, I'm loving listening to KK, completely taking advantage of Eddie's geographical knowledge to keep bending the truth to make his original 2-hour drive from Bosnia seem reasonable. Not even close. Don't listen to him, Eddie.
Oh, I know.
Listen, I just made that up.
Somehow he's in Asia
I just
now.
made that up. Okay, I made it all up before I could get to like a map. You know, it took me
I knew, KK, you didn't have me going. I know when you're trying to get me, and somehow you end up on the Himalayas.
You know what? Like when you think about it, like it's a pretty big country. Now I'm looking at it, like it's the same size roughly as Afghanistan or Pakistan.
Can you pull up the population?
I could.
Quick little.
Really, I mean,
Benny, if Benny was,
Benny would.
Man,
do
if he had our back, he'd already be on it.
36 million. So it's the same size as our country. Well, ours is what, 44. So it's a little bit
I mean,
smaller.
potato.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I got 36 million. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty close. I have 38.2 million.
That's a lot of people. I was expecting something way smaller, like 6 million.
Nope, one of the most populous countries in Central Asia.
This actually is going to be a game then.
Well, for sure.
This isn't going to be a significant mismatch here.
Well, I mean, again, I would be more concerned. You got to be healthy here. Like, think about the
Canada's
weather
going
tonight
through it,
and
I
the
know.
pitch, how, the footing, everything. We just,
Yeah, they were talking about they're probably going to roll 2 different teams each half.
Absolutely, yeah. So again, it's about being healthy and
Totally.
staying healthy.
Totally.
And I mean, again, I just feel terrible for a guy like Marcelo Flores.
And then Alfonso too, got to get right. He hasn't been right ever since that knee injury.
He's not
a couple
playing,
years ago.
obviously.
No,
So,
he's
yeah,
not playing.
yeah,
but for the big tourney, got to get right.
I don't know if he'll be ready yet, even Eddie.
His ever since just these lingering hamstring soft
Came back
tissues,
probably too soon, and
compensation. That's what happens. You overcompensate, then something on the other leg goes, and it's forever playing catch up. Been there.
Matt Leduc says Eddie 85 is actually how many guesses Eddie needs to know where Uzbekistan is. Army Daryl. University of Manitoba.
Oh, pardon me, Daryl.
Top geography school in the world.
Well, funny enough.
Poor Eddie.
Geography major, baby.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't.
Yeah.
There's a major in geography?
Yeah.
No, there isn't.
Yes.
Okay. So do you know capitals? Do you know?
No, it's more like landscape, topography, that type. Not maps where stuff is.
What's the capital of Ontario?
Ottawa.
What about New Brunswick?
What's the... Oh, okay. That's a good one. New Brunswick. Cape Breton's Nova Scotia. It's not in New Brunswick. Oh, what is... I don't know. Moncton?
No.
What is it? You tell me.
Fredericton.
Okay, yeah.
Oh boy, this is going to be a long morning. Coming up on the big program at 8 o'clock, Mark Spector will be with us. I bet Spec knew what the capital.
I bet he didn't.
Oh well, then why don't you ask him?
Let's hit him.
Okay, you ask him.
No, because he listens in early.
No,
so.
no, but you ask him another. Well, he's probably going through all the provinces. Right now.
I'm going to ask him something with the landscape related, for sure.
Mark Spector will be with us right after the break at the top of the hour. Before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by All Star Construction. They shape and build Edmonton communities specializing in underground utilities like power, gas, telecommunications, and street lighting. That's All Star Construction. Here is Josh Fenwick.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Last night, the Kitchener Rangers took home their third Memorial Cup in franchise history with a 6-2 win over the Everett Silvertips. On the diamond, the Jays lose to the Orioles 9-5 to split the series on the road. Others saw the Rays take it over the Angels. Dodgers top the Phillies, and Bo Bichette goes hitless in the Mets' 10-1 win over the Marlins. Off the diamond, Jays player Jesus Sanchez had to exit the game in the sixth inning after suffering a wrist contusion from a fan. Over in the NHL, the Toronto Maple Leafs announced this morning that Judd Brackett will join the front office as assistant general manager of player evaluation. He will oversee player evaluation with the amateur and professional scouting departments. The Maple Leafs also added former player Freddie Hamilton to the front office as chief of staff on Monday. Brackett had spent the last 6 seasons with Minnesota Wilds as the Minnesota Wilds director of amateur scouting. Coming up on the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by Mark Spector of Rogers Sportsnet, and we'll have another edition of In or Out. I'm Josh Fenwick. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
You see it? Fusion Promo Marketing can make it. Fusion makes high-quality, memorable promotional products for businesses, sports teams, and corporate events. From vision to reality, get noticed and remembered. Fusion with a Z. Promomarketing.ca.
Mr. Rooter buries evidence in the desert.
I didn't mean to do it. I was forced into it. Yeah, forced. But now, no one will ever know. You've done well, Mr. Rooter. You did something awful, but you've covered your tracks. It's done. The last transcript that shows I did a semester of Christian school.
Uncover evidence of the proudest plumber, Mr. Rooter.
Craving a dining experience that rises above the rest? Head to Summit Restaurant in the Silent Ice Center, just minutes from South Edmonton Common. Savor exceptional house-made pizza, delectable entrees, and expertly crafted cocktails in a stylish, modern atmosphere. Perfect for a casual meal or a special night out. Summit offers a refined experience where every bite and sip reflects our dedication to quality. Elevate your dining experience. Make Summit Restaurant your destination tonight.
Say hello to your new favorite drinks. Introducing new McCafe Refreshers. Icy cool, undeniably refreshing, and available in 3 flavors. Strawberry watermelon, mango pineapple, and blackberry passion fruit. Only at McDonald's.
You don't just need property services, you need problems handled. HireGood provides cleanup, debris removal, site monitoring, and safety attendance across Edmonton. We reduce issues on your property, keep spaces safe, and take pressure off your team. We resolve real problems for businesses while creating real impact because our team is built on second chances and they show up every day ready to prove it. Visit hiregood.ca or call and mention Jason Greger for a first-time discount. HireGood. Stable jobs create stable lives.
Need a new ride for road trips, errands, or just life on the go?
Go Auto offers a massive selection with over 15,000 new and used vehicles to choose from. With over 70 locations across Western Canada, finding your next ride has never been easier. Whether it's a roomy SUV for the family, a sleek car for the open road, or a rugged truck for your weekend adventures, you'll find it here at a price you'll love. Explore thousands of vehicles today at goauto.ca.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey, Culligan. I think my water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at culligan.ca.
Debt can take over your life. The stress, the constant worry, it can feel like you're drowning. When people come to see me, they're often anxious and feeling hopeless. But when I explain how I can help them get out of debt, those feelings melt away. I'm Parveen Middleton, licensed insolvency trustee at BDO here in Edmonton. I will create a personalized debt relief plan so you can move forward with confidence. Call 1-833-BDO-TALK or visit bdodebt.ca to discover your debt-free future.
Hey, it's Jamie from Green Drop Lawn Care. You've known and trusted us as Canada's lawn expert since 1979. In all that time, the only thing we've loved to watch grow and flourish more than your lawn is our community. You've given us so much over the years, and we love to give back. Our community events crew is on the streets, at the festivals, and helping grow great causes and charities across the city. We love knowing your lawn is taken care of, and we'll help take care of the community too. Visit greendrop.com, and we'll see you out there.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
To the big program, 8:01 in Edmonton. Time now for On the Mark, brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Right now, you can get 0% financing on heavy-duty trucks. Finally, 0% financing on the heavy-duty trucks and 0% financing on the half-ton trucks as well. See more at northgategm.com as we welcome in Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet. Good morning, Spec.
Morning, boys. How's it going? Looks like Eddie's going to work today.
Yeah.
Well, I know where he's not going, Spec, is that's to geography school.
Okay, Spec. Hey, I have a question for you. Three answers.
I only got one, but keep going.
An expansive, elevated flatland that is significantly higher than the surrounding area. Is that a mountain, a plain, or a plateau?
I don't know. I'd say a plateau.
Oh, good job, Spec. Well done. Well done, pal. Well done.
So Eddie's been getting violated on our text line this morning, Spec, because of his, geography prowess, or lack thereof, I guess we should say. I asked him what the capital of Ontario was. He said Ottawa.
Whoops.
Yeah, well, stuff happens. Hey, listen, the capitals aren't easy. They change all the time. Well, maybe they don't, but
so this all started, Spec, because we were talking about Uzbekistan playing here tonight in at Commonwealth, right?
We'll find that place on a map.
Okay, do you know where it is? Do you have any idea?
I would know the general area to start searching in, but if you gave me a map without any names on it, would I put my finger right on Uzbekistan? I would probably say I'd got a better chance of finding one of its neighbors.
AK tried to narrow it down.
Yeah, that was close.
Talking about me getting slaughtered.
Oh, never mind. I said it was just north of Afghanistan, Spec, so it is.
Yeah, okay, sure. It's over there somewhere. If I'm ever going there, I'll become a little more educated on the topic. But you know what?
I'll bet it's a beautiful country.
Could be, man. I was just going to say, just because we don't know anything about it doesn't mean it's not a nice place.
I'll bet it's a beautiful country.
I've never met anyone who's been there. Have you?
No, haven't. Would it surprise you to hear that they have a population of 38 million?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Way bigger, right? Just because we've never heard of a place like,
Mhm.
it's don't be like the guy that just because he's ignorant thinks that everyone else is too. They got a
Yeah.
giant thriving country over there. Obviously, they're in the World Cup, which is, that's to me the bigger surprise. Like, dude, what's Uzbekistan doing in the World Cup? But here they are, man. Maybe let's see how they do against Canada tonight. See, we got another injury the other night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we were talking.
So that's not great. And Alfonso is not playing tonight, but they're hoping he plays in the World Cup. But I'm sure Munich has something to say about that.
Yeah, and they've been handling his rehab with the hammies thus far.
Mhm.
So, and that was kind of an issue back in the past with the original injury, the ACL, was some crossing of wires, I guess, between Team Canada and Munich with the doctors and how everything was handled.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I mean, listen, let's take anything. It's like when Evan Bouchard's over with Team Canada. I guarantee you that the Oilers shut him down before Team Canada shut him down. There may not have been a choice, frankly. I think everybody would have shut him down, but Stan Bowman has a bigger say in that conversation than the GM of Team Canada, for sure. And so too does, those European teams invest a lot of money in these cats, right? A lot of money. And you bet they have a huge say in their rehab, their injury situation, whether or not they play. Absolutely. Especially for Canada. If the guy's playing for Germany, there might be a little bit of pressure on the German side, but a guy playing for Canada, they just soon he didn't play at all.
Absolutely. And you know what? I would bet more than 45,000 tonight.
I hope so.
Yep.
Hope so. I saw pictures of the new grass field.
Yeah.
So that comes right out and they put turf in. Is that correct?
We go right back.
Like that, like tonight at midnight, this thing gets taken out. And actually, Eddie wants to get some of that sod for his front yard, he said.
Yeah. Someone should get it. Right, if we're stripping it all out and it's perfectly good, hopefully it's going to. I can think of some parks around town that could use some fresh turf. I don't get why. Like, do the Elks just not want any part of that? Does the city of Edmonton that runs Commonwealth is it just too expensive to run grass? Is that the deal?
I would say there's certainly much more upkeep and maintenance to running grass.
For sure,
No doubt about it. Because after every pro game, that gets chewed up and you got to do, lay new sod strips and this and that, water, everything.
Yeah, okay. Kind of a shame that one of the most beautiful grass stadiums ever, like it goes in for a week and it's gone, But hey, I get it, man. It's about affordability, and in a northern place like this, I suppose you have to have artificial turf.
Without question, but like Eddie says, I was asking him at the top of the show kind of spec about his preference. And he said, well, he would prefer playing on artificial.
Yeah. The grass is nice. Like I was telling Kevin Speck, when you land and when you tackle people, it certainly is much more cushiony, the grass, much more forgiving. But when it comes to the footing, it slips and you can dig up the grass a lot more with the cleats on. And we know that there's a high rate of injury with the turf because it is unforgiving. And when you put your cleat in the ground, it's going to stick. And sometimes your knees, physics are going to take over and your knee is going to turn away it shouldn't. But there is something to be said for the confidence of knowing when I put my foot somewhere, the foot's going to stay there. With grass, they just give out so much more. And I didn't like that.
Yeah. I also recall in the later years, particularly cold weather games in Commonwealth, the place was like a skating rink. Cold weather games on grass guys couldn't even stand up. The football was poor. There was a Grey Cup in there where no one could even, I remember a Western playoff game where everybody was slipping and sliding and falling. It made for poor football because no one could stand up. So if turf is better that way, the biggest games of our year, if the Elks make it that far, are going to be played in cold weather. You got to have turf that stands up to that. So, hey, whatever, man. Put the turf in, put more concerts on. I'm good for it.
Remember what I think it was Tug McGraw spec, what he said. He was asked, what do you prefer, natural grass or artificial turf? You remember what he said?
No.
He goes, I don't know. I've never smoked artificial turf.
Hey, all those guys, Tug McGraw's one of those guys that died because of that turf in Philly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all those guys. There's
What
about
happened with Turf and
there's
Philly?
about 7 or 8 guys. Darren Dalton, Tug McGraw. Look it up. There's like 6, 7, 8 guys who all died of a very rare form of brain cancer that all these guys on the 80s or 90s Phillies got, and they blame it on the turf at Veteran Stadium.
Yeah. Darren Dalton was the catcher.
Yeah, Darren Dalton was one of those guys. They all passed away early, like in their 50s and 60s. And the common theme here was that it's something to do with that bat. And a lot of places had that turf, right? The same. Remember, they called it AstroTurf.
Yeah, well, because that was the Astrodome, right? That's
right.
That was the first.
Now
place.
that stuff, fellas, was insane to play on.
Yeah.
I've played on that before. The old Canadiens Winnipeg Bomber Stadium. That used to be that, and that was just a thin strip of little turf that you would like putting green surface turf on top of concrete. On top of concrete, guys. It was crazy.
So,
hey, Spec. We got Game 1 of the Stanley Cup tomorrow. I don't remember the last time, for me personally, and even I was talking to a lot of people on the weekend, how less interested they are in the Stanley Cup final compared, and maybe it's because of our recency bias with the Oilers, but I don't know. What's your feeling on it? Are you excited? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think locally, just living my life here in Northern Alberta, I find that people are very much checked out of these playoffs.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of that has to do with the investment made over the last 2 years, right? I think people already just spent 2 springs where they went deep into June every second night, no family vacation, didn't golf as much, all those things because the Oilers were on TV every second night. So I don't think you can make a fair assessment from our point on the map. You'd have to ask the guy in Manitoba, the guy in Ontario, what he thinks, or BC, right? I would say this to you that the narrative of the Pillow Fight Pacific has passed by, and we clearly have the 2 best teams here. Carolina was the best team out east, and there's no doubt about that. And Vegas, I mean, sure, they beat Utah and Anaheim, and people said big deal. But the way they rolled through Colorado, boys, they're the best team out west. So the hockey, even though the markets are relatively small, the fan bases, I think the hockey should be outstanding in this series.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel personally, Kevin, about it? Do you have a little fatigue?
I've lost.
Me too.
It's kind of lost me.
And it's kind of relieving and nice in a sense. Because it has been a couple of deep runs where you got to be locked in all the time into June.
Yeah. What kind of hockey do you think it's going to be, Spec? Like what style, etc.?
Well, it's interesting, right? Like Carolina is just a machine. And, someone was saying you could take all the nameplates off the players and just put Brindamore on the back of every one of them. and they just play at the most organized system, and every line plays the same, and they sell out for the team. Like it is a team, man, and they play a system. And Vegas is a little different. Vegas plays a heavier, harder game. They play the game, in my opinion, a lot the way Florida does. They drag you into battles whether you want to be in them or not, and they're ready for them and they're good at them. So, we'll see. So it's typically of this time of year, you got 2 teams with 2 different styles. And 3/4 of the battle is going to be how we play in the game, whose style gets to dictate how we're going to play. And if if Carolina ends up mucking it along the boards and trying to out-battle Vegas, then it's advantage Golden Knights. And if the game is played in the middle of the ice and if it's system against system, and we're trying to pick through using skill and passing, and then it's advantage Carolina because that's what they want. They had the Habs play that game, and the Habs didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
So to me, it's much like the Oilers in Florida. Who's going to dictate how this game gets played? That's probably who ends up winning the series.
Yeah. You think Oiler fans hate Vegas way more than Carolina from 20 years ago, or what do you think? Yeah, way more, eh?
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, you hated Carolina because you lost the series to them, but they didn't hate them because of who they were, or Brendan Moore was on that team, Dougie Waite was on that team. They weren't bullies. You lost to them because you lost your goalie in the first game is really why you lost to them. So no, it's for sure Vegas is the team, especially with this latest Cassidy drama tossed in.
They're
Everyone in
just
Northern
stinks.
Alberta will be cheering for the Carolinas for sure.
Absolutely.
No one's cheering for Vegas.
For a
here.
sweep, too, because, man, they want to get talking to a coach here.
Yeah, there is that. There is that.
Do you think that happens after this series? There's an announcement or what?
I don't know. Like I have to go to precedent. There's never been a coach who was held away from employment for an entire season. So I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'm just saying it's never happened. So until it happens once, I'm not going to predict it. I think Vegas will relent and let the guy talk to people. They've made their point here. They're in control. You know, no one's pushing Vegas around. I think we all realize that. So I would say that I expect Kelly McCrimmon to relent and let Cassidy talk afterwards. But I'm not telling you, Kelly hasn't phoned me on the weekend and told me that.
Bruce Cassidy's going to be coaching here next year.
Man, I'm not as sure as you.
You don't think
I am not as sure as you. I'm not.
I said I've never wavered.
And one of the reasons, again, that I'm not as sure is because it's the game of chicken and who's going to blink first. And what if the Oilers blink first and check down? I'm just not sure.
No one else is hiring anybody. It's not like Toronto's hired a head coach. It's not like LA's hired a head coach. I think everybody seems like they're willing. Now we're just one round away. So I get what you're saying about blinking first, but no one else is blinking either, Eddie. And that's where the blinking starts. If everybody else starts hiring up all the other coaches, that's when Bowman gets nervous, right?
Yep. Good point.
Bruce Cassidy will be head coach of the Oilers, announced right around the Elks' first game here, home game.
Okay, here we go. Check mark. Book it.
Wow. He can kick off the first ball of the season here. What do they do? What's the football version of the first pitch?
Yeah, that would be it. Old XFL style.
Yeah, why not? Eh? Hey, did you have a good weekend, Spec? I never even asked you. It was a little chilly yesterday out there at the lake.
A little bit of much needed rain out here in Alberta's hinterlands.
Yeah.
Steady rain. Yeah, same in the city, I assume.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
But you know what? There's some guys that have a little more toughness to them and golfed yesterday.
Oh. That must have been tons of fun playing golf in the rain yesterday.
Right?
It was a lot of fun, yeah.
Jesus. What are you, insane? Golf's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. Well, just stupid is what it is, Spec.
I think it's kind of stupid, yeah. Like I can think of a lot of fun things, but doing them in the ice cold wet, like they're not fun anymore.
No, it wasn't fun, but it was okay. Good stuff, Spec. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow, big guy.
All right, boy.
Mark Spector, Rogers Sportsnet on the mark, brought to you powered by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. This truck's for you. Check them out at northgategm.com. I have to mention too, Eddie, and I should have mentioned this off the top. So on Friday, sort of had a little bit of bad news when we from Friday night. After the game, we get home, me and Big Bald, and we got home. Well, we got home about midnight because it was a later game, start time.
Delay.
And we had he had a little problem with some intruders, as did we, that went into our garage, and they went into his garage as well. And Edmonton Police Service, I could not speak more highly of how everything was handled. And last night at about 10 o'clock, get a call, and Grant, my buddy Baldy, his bike was stolen, about a $2,000.
Oh, you're some serious intruders. I thought you were going like little critters or an animal came and pooped in your garage.
No.
Oh, you're being real.
Yeah. So,
dang.
Anyway, EPS finds the bike.
Yeah.
And they found a couple of articles of ours that was stolen.
Really, eh?
And we relocated them last night at about 10 o'clock last night.
Man, congrats on getting it back.
The two police officers last night that went above and beyond to just make us feel.
I mean, there's quite a connection there, though, with Big Baldy.
Baldy, former EPS too, and
but in his 25 years,
and I'll tell you, but just how it went down last night.
How'd they get in? They bust through a door, or was it major damage?
No, there was no damage.
Leave something open.
The van door was open.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and same in his place.
Yep.
So
they just check for the easiest.
And it's our fault for not locking it. My fault, not the piglets, but my fault. And so just got to, lock your doors.
Yeah, man.
Whatever,
Yeah. Good accountability too. Good accountability.
So I can't thank EPS enough from last night.
That's such a relief.
They were so good.
Good stuff.
Yeah. When we come back, we'll get to more of your texts. 833-401-1440. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele. The Duke is off today, but we got Josh Fenwick and Mac the Knife in studio with us here on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Getting your vehicle sparkling clean doesn't have to cost a fortune. Take it into Hughes today and pay just loonies a wash.
Find us at HughesCarWash.com.
It's time to hit the greens. Elevate your golf game with Country Club Tour Golf Academy. No matter your experience, our PGA of Canada teaching pros are here to help. Enjoy lessons year-round between our 7 CCT golf courses and 2 state-of-the-art indoor facilities. Choose the location convenient for you. We offer private lessons, group lessons, expert club fittings, and junior camps. Visit our website to learn more and get ready to take your game to the next level. Booking is easy. Go to countryclubtour.com/golf academy and schedule your lesson today.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. No one's ever accused car shopping to be fun. I mean, think about it. Awkward standoffs to get a price. Let me go talk to my manager. Dealers asking for your credit card, then melting your phone if you say no. See, not fun. At Northgate, I promise you a different experience. We make it fun. And you will like us, I promise. 0% financing, a great selection of new and pre-owned units. So for some fun, stop in today. 13215 97th Street or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
When thirst strikes and your energy begins to fade, one hero rises above the rest. Introducing the Superpower Smoothie from Booster Juice. A bright sun-charged burst of mangoes, bananas, and blue spirulina. An out-of-this-world smoothie, just in time for the new Supergirl movie. Discover your power and channel your inner superhero. Fly into your local Booster Juice and experience it for yourself today. And see Supergirl. Only in theaters June 26th.
Bashaw Concrete Products. From concrete and septic tanks to blocks, precast water pads, Jersey barriers, and aggregates. Farmers, contractors, homeowners. Plan your next project at BashawConcrete.com. Family owned, over 60 years pouring. Bashaw Concrete Products. Once again, start here. BashawConcrete.com.
You need freedom on the job site to get your work done. Carhartt's extensive line of rugged flex pants are engineered to move and stretch with you throughout the day. So whatever you're doing isn't held back by lack of mobility. Find the largest selection of Carhartt Rugged Flex at all 3 of our Edmonton job site workwear locations and online at jobsiteworkwear.ca.
Job site workwear, tough gear for tough jobs.
Sports 1440.
All sports,
all day.
On YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Thanks for listening to Edmonton's sports leader.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 8:23 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele with you here on a Monday morning. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. So glad you're with us here on Sports 1440 AM radio. Text 833-401-1440. Hey, the Penguin, Eddie, text this in, and I know you're a big fisherman, or you think you are. A request for Karius. My family's going to go on a road trip from Edmonton to Regina through Saskatoon for the Elks game in Regina on that Thursday in mid-July. So, about a month and a half away or so. My son loves fishing. Please tell me which lake we should hit between Saskatoon and Regina for a day's worth of fishing.
Oh, nice.
He's 8 years old. In his 5th year, reeling him in. Thanks, the Penguin. Well, I'll tell you what, Penguin. To be honest with you, I would only go to one lake between Edmonton and Regina and Saskatoon.
Okay, which one?
Probably Lake Diefenbaker. And that's sort of by outlook. I would say that would be your best bet for fishing. I've never fished at Lake Diefenbaker, but I would say it's probably the best one between those two cities. I've gone up in northern Saskatchewan many, many times, and obviously the fishing is much better up there than probably southern or central Saskatchewan. The other thing too, Eddie, is the fishing in Saskatchewan is, I don't even know, 100 times
It's
better
questionable.
than. Oh no,
The fishing?
100 times better than Alberta.
You think?
Oh, it's not even close.
Man, I don't know
You gotta
about
go
that.
up,
You
though.
got to go way up, right?
No, not necessarily.
First ask? You
No,
got to go way up,
no,
man.
Eddie, even at Crooked Lake, where I'm from, there's it's sensational walleye fishing.
Sensational.
I'm
I'm
not
looking
kidding.
at Lake Diefenbaker.
It's a
That's
big
probably
lake.
the biggest,
It's
body
a big
around.
lake. There's a dam around there, but I would say that's probably the best. And this is just off the top of my head. I don't even
That's
know.
one of the bigger bodies around for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you ever spend much time at Regina Beach?
A little bit, to be honest with you. Yeah. A
Yeah.
good buddy of mine, Mark Cush, he's got a cabin out there.
We used to frequent there a little bit when I was
yeah,
with the
I
Riders.
would imagine you guys had someone have a place out there. Or did
No,
you
no,
just went out
just
there?
go out there for the day, have some fun.
833-401-1440. Pat C says, good morning, guys. The appeal of Leaf fans going crazy as Mitch Marner wins the Smythe and holds the Stanley Cup is pretty appealing.
It is tantalizing to think
Can
about.
you imagine if he takes that Stanley Cup back to
Oh
Toronto?
my goodness. You'd get carjacked for it.
I don't know. The Leafs fans, I mean, like 1967. Think about that.
And for him, because there's a lot of turmoil around this player outside of hockey, right? There's so much noise just from how people perceive him and his family and some of the stuff, moves, comments he's made over the years. It's a lot of noise around this dude for being from that area.
Yeah.
So then you play for them, you leave and you win right away.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stu Barnes texts in and says, the north part of Last Mountain Lake is good fishing. Never caught a fish at Diefenbaker, he says. So I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure Lake Diefenbaker has some decent fishing, but maybe Stu Barnes is using the wrong hook, eh?
Where's the best fishing out here, you would say, in Alberta? And I know we're going to get some texters now.
Winifred Lake.
Where's that one?
It's up by Conklin.
Okay.
So 5-hour drive ballpark.
Yeah.
Maybe not 5, but 4 at least.
Probably some real good fishing up here, up northern
I can't
Alberta.
believe when you stole my fishing gear, you took it.
He says I stole it.
And you never, ever even dropped the line in.
Man, just didn't have the chance. I was so busy. Can you believe it's coming up on a year since when we went camping, my family? My birthday in July.
First of all, you didn't go camping. Tell the story for our listeners.
Oh,
in case they missed it.
we went camping.
No.
In the best way. Had to go and get my wood. Remember how I had to find the firewood from the texters?
Did not go camping. A guy brought the trailer out and hooked it all up, and you just showed up. It's like going to a hotel.
Essentially, yeah. I had that AC running the whole trip too in that trailer. But I didn't even get to dip it in. But I've dipped in many a lines in my time. Quite a fisherman.
Jeffrey's not happy with me. He says, growing up in Ontario, I know where the best fishing is, but if you know about Rock Lake, Alberta, then you know Saskatchewan is not 100 times better to fish. There's a lot of places like Rock Lake in Alberta. Maybe not as many in Saskatchewan, but it's not 100 times better.
So is Rock Lake it, huh?
I don't know. Well,
I'm gonna look
I don't know. All I can tell you, Jeffrey, is that if you try to drop a line around the Edmonton area, let's call it an hour's drive wherever, the fishing ain't great around here, man. Like, where are you going?
Okay, so Rock Lake's in the mountains, just over Hinton area.
Okay, so 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
Another place, Eddie, we went many times is Fortress Lake. It's actually in BC. You fly in from Hinton, and it's the best brook trout fishing that you'll find in Alberta /
Whenever you're flying in, man, that's a gem.
I went with Louis DeBrusk several times there. Jeff Delorier.
Oh, that's the trip you go on with Louis.
Strudwick. Struds was pretty good up there. I ever tell you the story with Struds and I at Winifred Lake years ago? So it was a long night and a longer day. And I just said, Struds, listen, I can't drive the boat anymore. I said, I can't. I'm too hammered. I said, I couldn't drive.
You knew it.
I said, can you drive the boat? He said, yeah, no problem. Anyway, so I got on the front and I was having a leak. And I know he sort of tipped the boat a little bit to get me off balance. I fell in and Struds, I when I surfaced up, Struds, I saw his face and he was horrified. He was like, "Oh my God, how am I going to pull this guy out here?" And then I stood up and I was up to my waist. That's how deep we were. We had no idea.
Oh, you were in that shallow.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
Hawes says some great fishing out by Barhead at Lac Lannon. Okay, I've fished in there too. I get you, Hawes, but it's not as good as Saskatchewan.
I've had a couple fly-ins Northern Ontario with my pops when I was younger.
Marcelo says, hi, Mr. Steele. I mentioned to you that we go to Spring Lake every year and our kids never get any rashes from the water or anything. We're booked to go in about 10 days to Spring Lake. 5 days we fish. There's a lot of stuff to do there. Hope to see you out there. Now, do you know who this is?
I don't recall, but I recall talking about it. But
Marcelo,
I don't know if we've bet in person or not. But no, didn't get any rash. The water was good. Beach was nice. It was a beautiful resort, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful little campground. It really was.
Yeah. My buddy Hamish Wright just texted in. A good friend, used to work at Global, cameraman. He wants to know about Eskimos on the practice field this week. Can't find any info. So this is a week here, Eddie, where, they had the day off Saturday.
They play when? Saturday? This is upcoming? The 6th.
The 6th.
Saturday, I believe?
6th, yeah. In Ottawa. So they'll be back on the practice field here at Clark until...
Yeah, they'll be at Clark.
Yeah. The turf will come out at, probably at midnight.
They'll start taking it out. Yeah.
Hamer, I would say that
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on the field, travel Friday, play Ottawa Saturday.
Yeah.
That's what the schedule is.
Exactly. And just so you know, Hamer, and you would know, we're going to have George McGowan on at 9:20 today.
It's awesome.
Great receiver.
That's a great pull.
73 to
79, I believe.
78,
79, yeah. I looked him up when I saw he was on the lineup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited. He's been texting me, and it's great. And as I said to you, I talked to Danny Kepley yesterday because I wanted to let Kep know that George was on, and he goes, "You tell that son of a bitch that he was the best receiver I ever saw."
I love that, man. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is so
and
good.
just for our listeners too, and I know Dwayne Mandruzik's listening always, Kep sounded great. And I texted Dwayne yesterday, and he sent me a great big long that he was a long text that that he's going to call Kep, and actually he was even thinking of calling George, to talk about things. So
Speaking of the Double E, they had their final rosters.
Yeah, you want to mention some of that?
Yeah,
what do you
anything. There's two names that really stood out in terms of outright released, and one of them I was quite high on and thought might have been in the starting lineup, but clearly others came and just outperformed, and that was Benjamin Victor. Receiver. Yeah, he was a tall body. He came on pretty decently late last year, had a couple of decent games, good possession guy. And then Zach Zabrowski, quarterback
retired.
He had some good outings, and I was pretty surprised at that just because he's such a good athlete. There's a lot of mobility there, but Cole Snyder outplayed him for that third string quarterback position. So OJ Hilaire is another one, much like Ben Victor, a receiver who came on strong last year at the end, and he not only, but he's on the practice roster where I thought he potentially would have been battling for a starting spot.
The one player that I noticed on Friday night, and he's on the practice roster, I believe. I got to check to make sure. The running back, Powell.
Yeah, Shanderick
Powell.
He made practice squad.
What do you think of him?
Yeah, apparently he had a pretty good camp, but when you got Justin Rankin and then Leak, it's really tough. It's really tough. Just depth.
Powell had 6 carries for 37 yards on Friday night. So,
yep, he'll be sticking around, which is good. So it's go time, man. Not other than that, not too much major surprises. Now, one that is just an absolute bright spot.
Yeah,
it's Carter Kettle. What a bright spot. Not only for this kid, but you got the local ties, Grand Prairie, U of A. I love it. And not only is he here just because of that, dude's a baller.
Two targets, 2 receptions, 22 yards, TJ Luther had
he had a
4
big game.
catches for 48.
Yeah, he had a big game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Carter, everybody said, he's got the hands. I question the size. Was he pro ready? Oh, he's ready.
I think he's ready. Yeah.
He's ready.
It's going to take him a little bit more seasoning, I think, too. No, don't you think?
I thought he'd be a P squad type of a guy. He made it. He made it. That's a significant deal. That's a really big deal because clearly he's going to have to play some special teams, and he showed enough throughout training camp that he can get that job done too. We know he can get the receiving job done.
Yeah. Text 833-401-1440. IMAX says my favorite part of the show is how passionately KK goes at Eddie on stuff like the glamping or his golf
That's
scoring.
part of it. That's part of it, man.
Like, are you doing that again this year? Like, are they going to set up the big motorhome?
I don't know. I think we're not going to do camping this year. I think
why not?
Because we're going to be taking some other trips. Priorities are changing. We got to get to Winnipeg for a week. Got to see some family out there, and we're going to Toronto. Oh yeah, by the way, got to go to Toronto here in a couple weeks for a wedding, so I'm gonna miss a Friday and a Monday. I'm pulling a Declan on you. Oh, by the way, I won't be here.
When is this?
In a couple weeks.
Oh, really? What's the date?
Mid-June. Mid-June.
Did you book it off already?
No, right
what
now.
Day?
12. I don't know.
Friday or Monday?
Both.
That's not going to happen.
It's got to fly.
It's not happening.
Excuse me, boss.
It's not happening, Eddie.
Take it up with HR.
When we come back, we'll get to In or Out with Eddie Steele, Kevin Karius. Duke of Delburne's off today, but we got Josh Fenwick and Mac the Knife in studio with us here on Sports 1440 AM Radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Want home ice advantage for your window coverings? Novo Blinds provides factory direct pricing and the fastest turnaround in the city for homeowners, builders, and commercial projects. Book a free in-home consultation at novoblinds.ca.
There's still time to book your tournament at the Ranch Golf and Country Club.
As one of Alberta's top tourney courses, the Ranch makes hosting fun and easy for any group or business. No matter how unique or unusual, they'll accommodate your vision for an event no one will soon forget.
Start planning your tournament today at their beautifully landscaped course on the outskirts of West Edmonton. On-site event coordinators are here to help, but hurry, availability is limited and booking fast.
Visit theranchgolf.com.
Looking for a solid 4x4 that checks all the boxes? The 2026 Jeep Compass is in stock now at St. Albert Dodge, and this is a great value, starting from just $36,900. It's a Jeep, so you've got 4x4 capability, plus features like an 8.4-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, active lane management, a park view rear backup camera, and more. Over 30 in stock right now in just about every color you'd want. Head up the trail and see how easy it is to do business at St. Albert Dodge.
Silent Ice Sports and Entertainment is an innovative market leader across Western Canada. Properties include the Spruce Grove Saints, the Junior Prospects Hockey League, Silent Rides Charter Company, the Hockey Super League, and the newly launched Female Super League. Silent Ice also owns the Western Hockey League Seattle Thunderbirds and operates the Morinville AAA Arena. The Silent Ice Center, a new state-of-the-art entertainment facility in Nisku, features 2 sheets of ice, a 1,600-seat arena, as well as Summit Restaurant. Learn more at silentice.com.
Are new McCafe crafted sodas just drinks or something more? Like Sprite Berry Bliss, Creamy Strawberry Coke, and Orange Dream. All swirled with fizzy flavor and topped with silky cold foam. Only at McDonald's. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada.
Hi, it's Jason McCoy. You know, music's given me a lot of great moments, but nothing means more than time with my dad. When he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, a simple PSA blood test was key in detecting it early, and we got more years, more laughs, and more memories. Guys, it's a quick test that just might end up saving your life.
Join the Princess Auto Motorcycle Ride for Dad in Edmonton, Saturday, June 13th. Register or donate at ridefordad.ca.
Why should you drive a Subaru? How about durability, style, and an excellent customer experience from the moment you step into the showroom? And how about accolades, including awards for numerous 2026 Subaru models from both AutoTrader and JD Power? But don't just take my word for it. Take a test drive and you'll see why the Subaru name is recognized and renowned for quality. To learn more, visit Subaru.ca. Welcome to Uncommon. Welcome to Subaru.
Your game, your station. Sports 1440.
And watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 8:40 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Eddie Steele, with you here on a Monday morning. Hope you had a fabulous weekend. We got Josh Fenwick and Mac the Knife in studio as well, as the Duke of Delburne is taking a Monday off, and he's at the, I believe, Fenny, is he at the 4-H? What is it?
Auction, 4-H auction, and I believe he's like the auctioneer or something like that. He's the
dude,
come on now,
getting paid the
bringing
big
in
bucks
some
here.
side bucks.
I think it's a gratis. I think it's
Oh man,
I think he's donating his time.
no, don't be a volunteer, Duke.
Yeah, Duke. Yeah, that's right. You got to, here's my fee.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Oh, for sure. Especially if it's taken away, it's got to beyond make up for the time missed here.
Is that how you operate? Like when you
It depends.
What do you mean depends?
Depends on what the gig is and what the expectation is. It varies.
Like, so you get asked to do certain events, and some of them or all of them, you go, here's my fee.
Yeah, and again, it varies. It depends. Do I have to travel to you? How long? What's the expectation? Are we doing a little like Q&A after? Yeah, because there's more that goes into it.
So you asked for some information for my bio for an event you and I are doing.
I
and
did.
it's golf.
That was a very short bio. 2 lines. TV for 32 years, radio for 3.
So, like, are we compensated for this thing then that we're doing, or what?
Our golf will be free.
Really?
Yeah. We'll get to team up and
I
show
would
the world.
never ever ask for anything like that. You know that.
No, I know.
What's this for?
This is for Adira.
Okay.
The Adira Recovery Center for Women.
Perfect. When is it?
The tournament is coming up.
Oh, I'm out of town that weekend.
You're not in the tournament, big fella.
We're not?
No, I am, but you're not.
What am I doing then?
We're getting auctioned off to play, much like what we do here, how people pay to play with us.
So we get to play then.
So we'll be playing around whenever the auction winner has time. We'll set it up and we'll play with them and
can't
one of
wait
their
for this.
partners.
Well, it's going to be great.
And the two of us will treat them.
Yeah, we're going to be great. And everything goes on your tab as far as like food and booze for the day?
Well, it's at the ranch, so we know, wink, wink,
No, Eddie, this is going
No,
on your
Kevin Karius,
want
dear,
to see.
at the ranch.
I want to see you get off your wallet here for a change.
Oh, it's at the ranch. No need.
Time now for In or Out, brought to you by Pro Solutions. If you need fast AC service, Pro Solutions offers expert repairs, tune-ups, and installs with flexible financing too. Book your appointment now at prosolutionsinc.ca.
Okay, you know what? Moving too fast. Bottom line, are you in or you out?
In or out of what?
No time for questions, just action. In or out?
Well, then I'm out.
I'm sorry, Jet. Actually, you're already in.
Are you in or are you out?
On Sports 1440.
I thought you would go, I'm in, Bob. We would have had a really cool moment, but you kind of ruined the whole thing.
All right, Fenny, let her buck.
Yeah. All right. So Stanley Cup Finals getting underway tomorrow night in Raleigh. I don't believe we've discussed this in at least the last week, but the Conn Smythe frontrunners for each team respectively. For the Vegas Golden Knights, I think clear cut, it is Mitch Marner. And for the Canes, I don't think it is Frederik Andersen, although he has played his tail off. I believe it to be Logan Stankoven.
Wow, I'm going to be out on this, Fenny. I hate to tell you. Fenny, right off the hop here.
Okay.
I mean, Carter Hart here, man.
Ooh,
Carter Hart for Vegas.
You nasty fella, you.
Right now,
Yeah,
that would be a guy that I
he's
would
balling.
would be looking at ahead of Mitch Marner. Frederik Andersen, I mean, you can't 1.41 goals against average. There was a lot of emotion on Friday because of his agent, Claude Lemieux. You could see the tears, like, man, that was something else on Friday night. So I like Frederik Andersen too, to be honest with you. So I'm going to be out, Fenny. I like Andersen. I like Hart right now. My top two guys for Conn Conn Smythe.
Goaltenders just duking it out.
Yeah,
That's how it works, man.
It's true. It is true. I'm gonna be out as well. Just go off the board a little bit, just because I think there might be some timely goals, and there have been already throughout the playoffs. Taylor Hall, some timely goals here in the finals.
That was 100% a name I looked at. He's obviously leading the Canes in points right now in this postseason run, but
16 big ones.
18, I believe. Oh, 16. I was getting him crossed with Eichel. That's my bad.
Yeah.
But like Stankoven just seems to be everywhere. I mean, like Hall's a big body and he hits a lot of stuff, and he had that OT winner. But Stankoven, for a little guy, he's all over the ice. He's got 3 game-winning goals. He's not much on the power play, really. I mean, he's got 2 power play goals. But
9,
basically,
9 goals is a lot, man.
9 goals is a lot of goals, leading the team in them. So, yeah, to me, I'm just like, give it to the guy that's scoring the goals, and just nobody really wanted, it seemed like, or believed in. And he's showing up and he's showing out. Slow start, but he's really come on lately. So that, for me, it's Stankoven. But
it's funny, you think back, and I think yesterday was when the Oilers won one of their Stanley Cups. I can't remember what year. Maybe it was 87 or something like that. This
third
day,
in 4 years, I think. Yeah,
this day in history, and like Wayne Gretzky, 45 points in the playoffs or whatever, 48.
No big deal.
I mean, like,
that's crazy.
Guys won't even crack 30 this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, Marner would have to have a big game. He's at 21 right now, leading the entire field. But yeah, all right, over to number 2. Let's go to Saturday, which was a tough day. The Jays split the series with Baltimore over the weekend in Baltimore. So by the Duke's logic, he's chalking that up as a win because you're on the road and you split.
I didn't like that at all. Wake up, Duke.
I see where he's coming from, but also, like, man, those 2 losses were in spectacular fashion. So looking back to Saturday, when the Jays and Jeff Hoffman gave up 5 runs in the bottom of the 9th to blow their 5-1 lead.
No way.
Not to beat a dead horse, but the Jays need to permanently remove Hoffman from all closing duties.
You're in.
Have you not seen enough? How much more do you need to see? He's blown how much this year? Last year, he hasn't been good since he's been acquired.
Oh man,
he hasn't been good since he's been acquired. And I wanted him to be good, man, because he's got an arm. Or does he?
Well, I mean, Varland's been great though.
Varland is great.
But the guy's arm's going to fall off here.
I love Louis.
Yeah,
he's such an athlete.
Probably going to be in on this as well, but I think it was just a matter of overusage for Varland, obviously. But there are other options in the bullpen here. So
probably has no confidence either.
I like him. I like him in the 7th. If he
Hoffman, as a setup guy,
Whatever.
like that's fine. But
you
can't keep trusting him and his slider to come and bail you or stop these situations. And then, like, bad managing from John Schneider. Like, Hoffman was getting lit up. He's like, we'll just let him finish this. And then the bases get loaded. He's like, all right, now we got to pull him out. He's done enough damage. We're 1 run away from blowing this. I'm like, all right, you might as well just leave him out there. But Varland has faced well over 120 hitters. He's allowed 1 earned run all season. Like, but also Fluharty's good. Like, you just need to find a way to get away from Hoffman in these closing situations, because I can't, the fans don't have any confidence in him. I can't believe Schneider still has confidence in him.
I don't understand.
Me neither. It is head scratching. Yeah. Staying on Saturday night, we saw the Spurs punch their ticket to the finals, where they will face the Knicks in 1999 NBA Finals rematch. Fun fact. To me, Victor Wembanyama cemented himself as the best player in the NBA with that win over the OKC Thunder.
Best player. Even though he didn't get the MVP, though, Penny.
He didn't win the MVP, but...
Remember the one time we were talking about that with Paul? It's probably 2 weeks ago. Well, it was the start of the series, right? Because in game 1 is when SGA got presented the award, correct?
Yeah.
And Wemby looked at him and was like...
Went off.
It went off in game 1, and then...
See, he didn't go off like that, though, every game. And of course you can't, because you're getting so much defensive focus. But, to me, Wemby is the best player in the league, to answer your question here, Fenny. I'm in. but the supporting cast of the Spurs really shone throughout this series. You know, Harper, Champagny, Vassell, you know, even De'Aaron Fox, when he became healthy late in the series, was critical, right? He had a huge game in Game 7, just his speed and some of the finishes he had. So, yeah, Wemby's the best player, but the supporting cast for the Spurs really stepped up this series.
Yeah, no, that oh, sorry, Kev.
No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, going into the fourth, it was a 6-point game or so. It was pretty tight, honestly. I should have jumped in earlier, but I disagree. I think the score was closer than the game insinuated. Oh yeah, but starting at the fourth, Keldon Johnson made 2 threes back to back, and then a driving layup to force the Thunder into a timeout. And I was like, oh yeah, like the Spurs have got this. Like all their guys are rolling. And then it started to get close again. I think it was a 9-point game, and Dylan Harper ISO'd on SGA. Looks at him dead in the eyes, and then just steps into a 3-ball and laces it. But yeah, like Wemby, just like the defense and
but I never had the feeling though that OKC was even close to winning though.
I was just like watching it and watching SGA specifically.
It was tight. It was tight.
I was like, with his shot creation, 2 minutes left. They could go on a run here. Like I can't say that won't happen, but Wemby, just what he does on the defensive side of the ball is generational.
Boys to men.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And the thing, like, what are we looking at here? This will be the 8th straight year that
a unique
a
champion.
single franchise wins, right?
Yeah,
so
and
it's
that
never no repeats or whatever for last 8 years.
First time in NBA history that'll be the case.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and Dan Weiss later in the show. Number 4, lots of talk this morning about the Riverhawks and Elks fan attendance today, and undoubtedly that will continue all summer. To me, the reason the Hawks pack more of a crowd is because the Double E have been in their own decade of darkness, and it's hard to get young fans into a team that, not to be blunt, sucks.
Go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, I'll be for sure. I'll be in, because how many times have we said it on the program for the past 3 years coming up in September? Winning solves everything.
I don't know if it does.
I think it does. They have been in a decade of darkness. They have stunk, and there's been so much more than the losing that has gone into this stink here. We know that. You win games, generate momentum. You look what happened last year. Calgary here in town for the Labor Day rematch. Huge crowd, 30,000 plus. They won that one. Sask, I think a couple weeks later, huge, and we know it's Sask. Huge crowd, 30,000 plus. You won that game. That goes a long way, man. You keep stacking those. You keep building that credibility with the fan base through wins when they turn out. This preseason game, I'm going to flush the tape onto week 1. They come out and do damage against Ottawa. I surely and firmly believe that their home opener in week 2 here will be a solid crowd.
So you would say over 30,000 for their home opener?
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say over 25, under 30.
Okay, between 25 and 30.
Yeah. Which, funny enough, could lead the league, because Winnipeg, that's a sellout, but they'll be 28. So if there's over 28, man, that's leading the league.
Again, we talked about it at the top of the show, just how disappointing I thought it was for Friday night. And again, when you have the Riverhawks doubling the attendance that was at the Elks game, and again, it's an event night. But the same things happen. Rain got them both, delayed, start time was later.
Results don't matter either, not with this preseason game. You lost 21-18. That doesn't matter. You should actually be quite pleased with how the offense has looked. The starters look great in this preseason game. Move the ball twice like butter.
But here's to Josh's question, and it's about the younger fans. That's it, to get young fans involved here. Why are we missing a generation of fans here? It's not just you can't count the last 7 years, Eddie, as a generation of fans. It's been declining for a while.
Yep. Before that, I think the CFL had its own struggles before that. The business model itself probably wasn't the healthiest, but now we can say that that's changed. We can say that there's more money. So we should see better production. We should see better business practices. We should see better talent, because there's more money for the players.
Like, is it just crazy to say, like, if you look at the NFL and how young fans are attracted to the NFL game, what is it? Is it the hype? Is it gambling?
That's a big thing.
Is it gambling? Is it fantasy football?
It's another big thing.
So people of a younger generation of fans are attracted to the NFL, but not the CFL.
There is a large crop of people out there who love playing fantasy without even really watching NFL football.
Yeah.
But yet they love to play the fantasy. Yeah, there's so many reasons the NFL is catchier, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, money too, bigger investments. So hopefully we can see some of this trendiness come into the CFL with some more money in the future here.
Even we get like a text here, Matt and Leduc says 2 words, ticket prices. Well, but you can go to an Elks game for the same amount of money.
Yeah, like you can go under $30 to an Elks.
$20 you can go. You can get a ticket for $20.
Yeah. And they're both, I was thinking of both parks too, both kind of challenging to get to. It's not like there's an abundance of parking for either facility.
Yeah.
So you got to get in there somehow. So it's not, there's no excuses really there. Yeah. And maybe the Elks, they'll continue to do their thing. One thing I did notice actually that we haven't, or maybe I haven't paid attention the past few years, but much like the Riverhawks, how they announce all these theme nights.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Elks have announced all these theme nights. So they're doing these types of things now. We got to see how it all unfolds.
Yeah. And again, we've talked about the name change for a long time. And
that too.
And I don't know if it'll ever go back or it just goes to maybe to Esks or something.
Mm-hmm.
But how many times have I said to you, Eddie, this team needs to take a plane with the media, sponsors, etc., go up north and do a big, you talk to everybody up north.
Yep.
Do you like this name change? Would you rather have Eskimos? Is it a problem with you up there? And I'll guarantee you that it would, either way, it gets put to rest. And that was never done.
Nope.
And I still think that is something.
And you know where I stand, man. 2022, I was up there. I put a camp on in Cambridge Bay in the Arctic, and people were proud of what the name used to be.
They
were proud.
They were never
like Cambridge Bay, Kevin, like directly in the middle of the Arctic.
Yeah,
and they were proud of the name Eskimo.
Absolutely,
they were proud.
Yeah. Penny?
Yeah, no, I think the price argument is weak sauce along with everything. I am more in line with Eddie. I think winning solves a lot because lots of people I talk to that are my age I'm like, oh, like we could go to an Elks game or something. They're like, aren't they not good? Like, well, not right now, but you never know. Like they might win. They're like, well, I think when you put a good product on the field, even if you're losing, but you're losing close, that is better than going, oh man, they're going to get shelled 31-7. And that's just the way this is going to.
Because at the end of the day, fellas, is that not what this is about? Do you not buy a ticket to go see them win? Being entertained and all that is extra. Having these promos on, bobbleheads, that's extra. At the core of it, you want to walk out of there with your team have won the game. Yeah. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, you want to see a win. And I think that's another thing for the Riverhawks is that they play a lot more games than the Elks. So like if you go on Friday and they lose, you're like, well, they can win tomorrow. So there we go.
There you
and
go.
so there's just a lot more that goes on. Anyways, over to number 5. As I mentioned earlier in the show, I went to the movies last night. Big movie theater guy on this side of the desk. The worst part of the movie going experience for me is that they have now assigned seating in theaters, and that sucks.
Yeah, but there's some good to that, Fenny.
No,
I'll be in. That would be probably one of the worst, but it's helped me in sometimes. You can go and pick your seats away from people, but that's probably it because there's not much other bad that goes into movie theater.
The people are going. They're saying too, get me away from Eddie. Never mind Eddie getting away from the people now.
Is that Eddie Steele?
No,
I can't really see, the lights dim.
Hey, Marble Man, come on now. You know what? I don't remember the last movie I went to. And I know
really,
yeah. So there's
that
assigned seating right now.
Oh yeah,
you have to
since COVID at least.
Really?
Yeah, you have to pick. It goes letters for the rows and then numbered. The chairs are numbered.
I think I told you, Eddie, back in the Paragon Mall, Melville days, the theater, the Paragon
I
Theater.
had to have Stephanie listen the last time we brought this up.
Yeah,
That
the
was
love
funny.
seats. Oh, boy.
Buttery popcorn.
The love seats at the Paragon Mall.
Yes.
Used to, grade 7, grade 8, you take your girlfriend to the and try to find the first love seat that you could find.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, see, look, that's missing now.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the pot calling the kettle black here when I say this, because it incentivizes coming late, which I know it's rich for me to be talking about people coming late to things, but
that is
the
irony.
Yeah, I know, I'm aware. But when I sit down in my movie, and yesterday we did not have primo spots, but that's whatever. And the people in front of you or in your row are like, we're gonna be late, we're gonna miss the trailers, whatever. And then the movie is like literally going on and they come in. I'm like, what the hell are you guys, like, you spent money on tickets already, like why would you come 5 minutes late to this movie? Like, we're 5 minutes into this. And the other part was like, it was fun to go to the movies early. I remember standing in line for a movie that like my siblings and I would really want to see so that we could get those primo spots. Like when Avengers Endgame came out, we had 11 a.m. tickets. We got to the theater at 10:30 so that we could like get our snacks and get in line. We were like the 40th people in line. Like that was exciting because everyone, that everyone's really excited to see this and they want to sit in good spots to experience it. But yeah, I hate when people are coming late to movies, because when you came late beforehand, you got the crummy seats in front of the screen down at the bottom. But now I have to watch your butt walk across my face as I'm trying to watch a movie.
The movies are only good for one thing, and we all know what that is.
What, popcorn?
Yes, they're only good for the popcorn.
When's the last time, Eddie, or maybe you haven't, been to a drive-in theater?
Oh, man. Been a while.
Really?
Yeah. How about you?
Oh, it's been a while too, but I mean, we used to go all the time.
Yeah.
I love they used to have the things called the Dusk to Dawn. Remember those or not?
No, I would always just do the double feature.
Okay, yeah. Dusk to Dawn was 4 movies, if you could make it.
That's wild, man.
Yeah. So you'd get, they'd start her at like 10 o'clock at night and then run her.
I would always be falling asleep.
Oh,
no chance.
Try to sneak a few guys in the trunk.
Oh, of course. Of course you sneak in the trunk.
Oh, man. Those were the days.
Got the whole setup. You'd reverse. Yeah.
You probably brought your own popcorn too, didn't you?
Well.
Oh, he brought some tuna and asked them to warm it up in a microwave.
Hey, you mind if I do this?
Who sent that last? Oh, yeah. Montana to Rice. Was that? No. Who sent the one about Eddie's microwave things? Josh?
Corey.
Corey, yeah.
Eddie is disappointed the movie theater doesn't have a microwave to heat up his fish.
Would you really bring something to a theater to ask them to heat up?
It depends how locked I was on my diet.
Wow.
No shame in the game, baby.
Triple C says nothing beats the Garneau theaters. Up top on the couches, full movie day, 3 shows in a row.
Wow.
Well, yeah. I mean, I saw the Glenn Hall thing at the Garneau.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, you went there.
Documentary. Those seats, like I had to kind of pinch myself.
You were fighting it.
Well, it was because I mean, you got no chance. I mean, the seats are so
eating you up.
Yeah.
Did you get popcorn at that?
No, never did. But
they were serving them?
They had popcorn and you could get beers if you wanted. So
you didn't want to go all in like yourself with the pizza at an Oilers game?
No. Come on.
Huh? Press row?
Come on,
you gonna eat that slice?
Yeah. What's going on today, Eddie? You went over to do a little
gonna go shoot the pod here.
But Declan's still off?
No deck.
So just you?
Me and Rick. Yeah, producer.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Any guess?
No guess. We'll bust down the final roster, the game.
Yeah, I just saw the practice schedule. They are on the field. No practice today, but on the field tomorrow at 11:10.
Oh, later.
Media to follow.
I guess, yeah, now that camp is broken, practices will be later.
I guess so, yeah.
Because they'd have
Which
meetings
is
in the morning. Good
for me.
for exactly.
So I can maybe head down tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. I don't like, you know what? So they have quarterbacks off on Wednesday. So no media avail for the quarterbacks on Wednesday.
Mhm.
I always think like, wow, if you're down there It's not like there's a bunch of media.
Yeah, let them free. Let everybody have them. Alrighty, KK.
Well, what's going on then? Just
I'm gonna get out St. Albert. Gonna work in the St. Albert area today.
Gonna golf
Pound
today
the
or what?
pavement. No, I wish. Psych. Not in this weather.
You know what the temperature today is, Eddie?
It's chilly
for a high.
Man, it's chilly in the studio. It's got the AC
That's why I wore
blasting.
this beautiful hoodie today.
Yes, simply beautiful. The
It is
ranch.
really nice. Yeah, but it's a rain all day today. Rain all day, basically tomorrow, and then we get out of this on Wednesday or so.
I nerded out, and before the rain came yesterday, I woke up really early and got some nice grass seed down.
Oh,
and
good.
So it's just
Atta
going to
boy.
penetrate with
Ah,
the rain.
if
and
you say so.
It's going to come at flourishing and thick.
Good stuff, Eddie. Great show.
All right, KK.
We'll see you on Friday. That's Eddie Steele. That's In or Out, brought to you by Pro Solutions. Check them out at prosolutionsinc.ca. Hey, when we come back, we'll have a quick little segment, then we'll get to George McGowan. Looking forward to this conversation with the great double E receiver back in the 70s. He lives just outside of between San Diego and Los Angeles. So we'll check in with George at 9:20. Before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Fusion Promo Marketing. Expand your brand, high quality promotional products for businesses, sports teams, and corporate events. Get noticed at fusionpromomarketing.ca. That's Fusion with a Z. Here is Josh Fenwick.
This is the Sports 1440 update.
Last night, the Kitchener Rangers took home their third Memorial Cup in franchise history in a 6-2 win over the Everett Silvertips. On the diamond, the Jays lose to the Orioles 9-5 to split the series on the road. Jesus Sanchez had to exit the game in the sixth inning after suffering a wrist contusion from a fan. Other finals around the league saw the Rays take it over the Angels, Dodgers top the Phillies, and Bo Bichette go hitless in the Mets' 10-1 win over the Marlins. In the NHL, the Toronto Maple Leafs announced this morning that Judd Brackett will join the front office as assistant general manager of player evaluation. He will oversee player evaluation with the amateur and professional scouting departments. The Maple Leafs also added former player Freddie Hamilton to the front office as chief of staff. Brackett spent the past 6 seasons as the Minnesota Wild's director of amateur scouting. Just coming down the wire here, the Tampa Bay Lightning have traded forward Jack Pridham to the Chicago Blackhawks in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2027 NHL draft. Pridham is committed to play in the NCAA next season, with the school expected to be announced in the coming days. Coming up on the big program, we'll be joined by George McGowan and have another edition of Cam and Eggs. I'm Josh Fenwick. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
It's Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
Okay, new strategy. I'll just live in the freezer till October. It's spacious in here. It's spacious.
There's a better way to survive the coming AC season. Pro Solutions is your one-call solves-it-all expert for AC repairs, tune-ups, and new installations. We offer convenient financing options and fast appointments so you can enjoy your entire home, not just the freezer.
Now I can leave the frozen peas where they belong.
Book now at prosolutionsinc.ca.
Looking for a solid 4x4 that checks all the boxes? The 2026 Jeep Compass is in stock now at St. Albert Dodge, and this is a great value, starting from just $36,900. It's a Jeep, so you've got 4x4 capability, plus features like an 8.4-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, active lane management, a park view rear backup camera, and more. Over 30 in stock right now in just about every color you'd want. Head up the trail and see how easy it is to do business at St. Albert Dodge.
Hey there, I'm in the Fountain Tire sidecar, making a list of the things I'm doing this spring. 1. Saving you money, with up to 20% off select tires until June 13th. 2. Water skiing, tricky in a sidecar, but fun. And 3, saving you more money with mail-in rebates of up to $100 off a set of 4 select tires and $50 off a $150 service with the purchase of 4 select tires. Oh, that's 4 things. Oh well, restrictions apply. Book online at fountaintire.com. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
From the first face-off to the final, Sports 1440 is your home for hockey talk. With live coverage, expert analysis, and pre- and post-game shows, we bring you closer to the game. Tune in 24/7, only on Sports 1440, Edmonton's sports station.
Silent Ice Sports and Entertainment is an innovative market leader across Western Canada. Properties include the Spruce Grove Saints, the Junior Prospects Hockey League, Silent Rides Charter Company, the Hockey Super League, and the newly launched Female Super League. Silent Ice also owns the Western Hockey League Seattle Thunderbirds and operates the Morinville AAA Arena. The Silent Ice Center, a new state-of-the-art entertainment facility in Nisku, features 2 sheets of ice, a 1,600-seat arena, as well as Summit Restaurant. Learn more at silentice.com.
Hi, it's Jason McCoy. You know, music's given me a lot of great moments, but nothing means more than time with my dad. When he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, a simple PSA blood test was key in detecting it early, and we got more years, more laughs, and more memories. Guys, it's a quick test that just might end up saving your life.
Join the Princess Auto Motorcycle Ride for Dad in Edmonton, Saturday, June 13th. Register or donate at ridefordad.ca.
Say hello to your new favorite drinks. Introducing new McCafe Refreshers. Icy cool, undeniably refreshing, and available in 3 flavors. Strawberry watermelon, mango pineapple, and blackberry passion fruit. Only at McDonald's.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique family-owned independent liquor store. The selection, incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
For the most physically demanding jobs, Carhartt's Rugged Flex technology provides extra stretch where it's needed most to help you crouch, kneel, bend, or crawl with ease. Rugged Flex pants give you a maximum mobility advantage every time you put them on. Find the largest selection of Carhartt Rugged Flex at all 3 of our Edmonton job site workwear locations and online at jobsiteworkwear.ca.
Job site workwear, tough different jobs.
Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 912 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Josh Fenwick, Mac the Knife with you here on a Monday morning. So glad you're with us here on Sports 1440 AM radio. Text 833-401-1440. We're talking about movie theaters and the tickets, etc. In or out. And a lot of texts about that. Nails texting, went to the drive-in a lot. Don't remember any of the movies. I think that would probably be safe to say with a lot of people, Nails. Brian says bucket of KFC for the drive-in. Northside Lugos went to the drive-in in Enderby, BC a couple of years ago. Great venue. MTR says, hey, Josh, that's not new. People always come late to the movies. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but when you were coming late and you had to be there to pick your seats, like when you got into the theater, they got the crummy seats. Dude. There weren't any good seats available. They weren't walking in front of people. So.
Yeah, let's bring in Mac the Knife here.
Yeah.
And Mackenzie, what's the last movie that you went to? And obviously you had to have assigned seating.
Yes. I went to the Jurassic Park that came out last summer.
Okay.
It was terrible. I hated it.
Well, no good. Why?
I don't know. It didn't really feel like there was an actual plot.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'm not big on Jurassic Park. Because,
Well, the first movie was really good. Was it not?
Really, really good.
and then you just keep doing the same thing over again and it's all avoidable. So why keep doing it?
Yeah. I mean, well, and you like the first one too, Josh?
Oh yeah,
Of
it's a
JP?
classic. It doesn't get any better.
Who's that? Laura Dern, or what's the guy's name?
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill, yeah. The kids were really good in it.
The kids were really good.
Newman.
The
What's the Newman's name? Is Wayne Knight?
yeah, and then obviously you have now
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
There we go. And the Attenborough brother, not David, but
Who's that?
Richard Attenborough. He's the grandpa. He's the guy that owns the
that's
park.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's Richard Attenborough.
Okay. I like the fact you remember the first one, right?
Yeah.
Mackenzie?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what year did it come out? I didn't even.
1993, I think.
Wow. Just the fact, when he talked about they had the video with the mosquito in the, in his little cane or whatever.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg, a genius.
Have you watched the Steven Spielberg documentary?
I have not watched the Steven Spielberg documentary. I watched The Fablemans, which is basically about his life, but I've not.
What was his first great movie? Is it Jaws?
Jaws,
Yeah,
I think.
Jaws would be the best or earliest or whatever.
Well, yeah. You can't pick a best Steven Spielberg movie. There's simply too many options.
Well, okay, what are his best then?
Oh, you have Jaws, obviously. Schindler's List, Jurassic Park, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
The Fablemans was really good. Those are the big heavy hitters that E.T. The extraterrestrial. The reason that Reese's is still in business, fun fact, because they couldn't get the rights to M&Ms, so they hit up Reese's Pieces because that was Steven Spielberg's second favorite candy. And then they went soaring.
My good old buddy, Dr. Dick Richard, just texted in a couple times now. Poor old Tricky Dicky can't get a sniff with KK. Don't worry, I've been thrown out of class to your joints in this one. I think is he mad because I didn't read his text earlier or what?
That has to be it.
Must be it. Hey, we're on the same page with the team name of this football club. It'll never change, I don't think, back, but maybe it will. I don't know. Text 833-401-1440. Rockford says War of the Worlds, too. That's another one of Spielberg. Why? You don't like
Big
that?
Old Raspberry. It's
What?
just not his best. The 2005 Tom Cruise, last time he worked with Tom Cruise, but it's just eh. Like
Yeah, I guess,
there's some things that he puts out that are just regular, but then he has an absolute hit like Jurassic Park, and here we are. Like I will never put War of the Worlds that high.
Coming up after the break, George McGowan, former Edmonton Eskimos wide receiver from 1971 to 78. Remarkable career. He'll join us from just outside of San Diego, Los Angeles area, right in the middle, I think. It's right between the two where he lives. That's right after the break. Kevin Karius, Josh Fenwick, Mac the Knife on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Who's that working on the underground utilities over there? All Star Construction, that's who. What about the street lighting? Yep, All Star Construction. And the directional drilling, hydrovacking, neighborhood renewal, and telecommunication work? Yep. Since 2009, All Star Construction has been doing all that and more, shaping and building Edmonton communities for land developers all around Edmonton. That's what All Star Construction is all about.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. No one's ever accused car shopping to be fun. I mean, think about it. Awkward standoffs to get a price. Let me go talk to my manager. Dealers asking for your credit card, then melting your phone if you say no. See, not fun. At Northgate, I promise you a different experience. We make it fun. And you will like us, I promise. 0% financing, a great selection of new and pre-owned units. So for some fun, stop in today. 13215 97th Street or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Say hello to your new favorite drinks. Introducing new McCafe Refreshers. Icy cool, undeniably refreshing, and available in 3 flavors. Strawberry watermelon, mango pineapple, and blackberry passion fruit. Only at McDonald's.
It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff, before the first snap. It starts with you locking in your season seats. This is Edmonton Elks football. The only way to experience it is being there for every hit, catch, and touchdown. The Elks home opener kicks off June 20th against Montreal. Your season seats are your way in. Get yours now at goelks.com/season seats. Edmonton Elks. Our city, our year.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique family-owned independent liquor store. The selection, incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
For over 60 years, the folks at Diablo Boots have been selling the best Canadian-made boots. Handcrafted in Winnipeg, Canada West makes the best quality cowboy, biker, and work boots for Diablo Boots with replaceable soles and heels. Why buy cheaper quality like Ariat, Justin, and Red Wing made in China when Canadian-made is better? Support Canada's workers and Diablo Boots for the best boots. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Canada West and Diablo Boots, the two best names in the boots business.
Whether you're refinancing or buying your first home, mortgages are easier with help from a neighbor. At Vision Credit Union, you get face-to-face guidance from local lenders who know the market because, well, they live here too. They'll look at your whole financial picture with practical advice for payments, renewals, refinancing, and what makes sense long-term. Get a more neighborly mortgage. Contact your branch today or visit visioncu.ca.
You're listening to Sports 1440 and watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Sports 24/7. We are Sports 1440.
Welcome back to the big program, 9:21 in Edmonton, and time now for our headliner of the day, brought to you by Mr. Rooter Plumbing, because your pipes take a beating on game day 2. Ready for overtime, even when your plumbing is not. That's mrrooter.ca. As we welcome in George McGowan, former Edmonton Eskimos wide receiver, to the show. Good morning, George. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning. Really appreciate it.
Well, good morning, Kevin. Yeah, nice to be here. Yeah.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to our conversation here, George. And to be honest with you, I made a call to a friend of mine and a friend of yours, Danny Kepley, yesterday, and I talked to him yesterday afternoon, and he said to say hello, and he was really excited that you were going to be on the show today.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, he is an old friend, and that's good to hear he's still alive.
Yeah, he's down in North Carolina. He moved back there a few years back, but we ended up to be pretty good friends when he was here, and we golfed together and things like that. So, and also Dwayne Mandrusiak said to say hello too, because we talked to Dwayne yesterday too.
Yeah, well, definitely hi back to Dwayne and Danny. Yeah, they're both some great old memories just flash through your brain when you say those names.
Mm-hmm. So another friend, Jason Beulah, helped facilitate this, and you know, Jason and his dad and everything. And the reason we were talking about you and guys that played in the 70s was because of the football game on Friday night where the Edmonton Elks lost to Calgary, but it was at Clark Field, and that's where you played most of your career. What do you remember about old Clark Park and Clark Field?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, that's where I first came in to the locker room doors underneath the stadium there. I remember that. Tom Pond was the one who picked me up at the airport and drove me into Edmonton. And that was the first locker room that I came to was underneath Clark Stadium there. And I've got some great memories there.
Yeah,
definitely.
For sure.
I think one of the best ones that comes to mind right off the bat, of course, was 73 playoff game, Saskatchewan Roughriders. Bruce Limmerman called that 5-yard out. We were on the 4-yard line, 5-yard line, and threw me that out pattern, and that took us. Basically, that was the go-ahead touchdown.
Wow!
And that took us to the playoffs. That had been for the first time in quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How did you come up here, George, when you were playing your college ball at University of Kansas? How did the opportunity to come and play here in Edmonton, how was it presented to you?
Well, I was a training camp at the Atlanta Falcons, and that was, gosh, what year was that? That was
probably
1970.
About, yeah, 69 or 70 for sure.
It was 1970 training camp. The NFL Atlanta Falcons and the Players Union, they were having a strike, and I was in there with the rookies. We were having training camp, and it was just kind of a ho-hum training camp, and everybody looked pretty much the same. And I don't think I was ready, to be honest with you, but mentally. But anyway, there wasn't much that we did because of that strike. I mean, they were looking at talent and so forth, but nobody ever stood out. And I got cut. And then I took a trip to Kansas after that training camp and visited my college at Kansas there and talked to a coach. He said, "What are you going to do, George?" I said, "I don't know what I'm going to do." And he said, "Well, you know what? Edmonton, the Eskimos, they were, of course, the Elk now, of course, they were interested in you. And let me give a call up there to my buddy up there." And, of course, that was Ray Yock was his buddy. I think they were in the Marines together or something. And Ray told Coach McCullers, that was the guy at Kansas, he said, "Yeah, come on, we'll have a ticket at the Kansas City airport. Have George come on up." And so that was, at some time there, probably in July, maybe July, August, I'm not sure. I think Edmonton had about 3 to 4 games under their belt already. And so I came on up and was on a 5-day trial. Wow. That's how that started.
When you got up here, I always think of the story, and Danny told me it yesterday, because old Frankie Morris took him to Clark and said, "This is your new home." And Danny always said, "My high school stadium was bigger than this." What was your reaction when you got here to Edmonton?
Yeah, I think I didn't have any, that's a pretty good reaction. I like that response that Danny had, but I was just glad to be somewhere. That's where I was at. Because I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I was one of those kind of guys. And so football, I was kind of wringing out my talent and whatever that I could do with football. And so here I was in Edmonton, and I didn't know what to think, but I was just glad to be here.
Yeah.
To be honest, it was just as simple as that. Glad to be there and wanting to make the club, and wondering if I had the talent to do it. And I was one of those guys that didn't really have much confidence, and so I had to kind of grow into my confidence, and which in fact happened. So that was the good news.
Former Eskimos receiver George McGowan with us here on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. Went into the CFL Hall of Fame in 2003 on the Eskimos Wall of Honor back in 1985. You mentioned Ray Yock, George, and I have to read you this clip from him. And a quote said, "George ran patterns like they were drawn up in the playbook. He'd get to the correct spot and catch the ball. And although he didn't possess great speed, his quickness allowed him to break the odd long one. He could run with almost anyone for the first 30 or 40 yards. What was it like to play for Coach Yock?"
Yeah, and that is a pretty good assessment. I always felt like my biggest talents were I wasn't very big, but boy, I was slow. Those are my two attributes. And but it was great playing for Ray. The real guy who stands out there too was Joe Zaleski. I don't know if you remember that name.
Okay.
But he was the quarterback, backfield coach, wide receiver coach at that time, and he would always have a chaw of tobacco in his jaw, and the thing that stands out there to me is you'd be doubled over after doing wind sprints or something, and you're pretty wiped out, and he would throw down that chaw right down below there, so you'd have a look at what he was chewing, Or sometimes it was even better that he'd say, "Hey, cadet, come on over here." and then he'd hand that chaw of his, take it out of his mouth, and put it in your hand. He said, "Time the next group." And so that was Joe Zaleski. But yeah, Ray Yach, it was great playing for Ray because he was, I don't know. I mean, he handled the defense pretty much. He was a defensive guy, and he left the offense to Joe Zaleski, I think, at that time. And then, of course, later moved on to Vic Rapp.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, great playing for Ray. And yeah, what do I remember about Ray? Oh, he had kind of a fond nickname. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or should, but you probably want me to say it because it'd make good radio.
Yeah.
But anyway, Ray was we called him fondly Barney because of he had some tendencies close to Barney Fife on the Andy Griffith show.
Yeah.
And so that was a lot of fun. Now, I don't know if Ray is still with us. Is he?
I don't think he is
with us.
No, I don't think he is.
But he was always a good man, good to me. You know, gave me my chance really to, improve and just get with a bunch of guys and have fun like that. It was quite an experience.
My mistake. Ray is still with us. Last I've heard, 88 years old.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So,
yeah. Hello to Ray wherever he is. I think he's back east somewhere.
We'll have to find. Well, maybe we'll get him on the show. The two of you guys could reminisce about some things. George McGowan with us here on Sports 1440. The two quarterbacks that you were with would have been Tom Wilkinson and Bruce Lemmerman. Maybe just speak to those two pivots that were, so instrumental in your career here, George.
Oh yeah. Well, they were the guys that threw me all my passes. Basically, I think both of them came in. I think it was 72, and that's when the turnaround really happened.
Mm-hmm.
There was the turnaround happened in 1971 and we were 1 win and 9 losses. And so we had 5 games left, and Bruce Limmerman had come in, and he came in and we won 5 in a row. And that year Calgary went to the Grey Cup and won it. And I think they won it anyway, but we pounded Calgary last game of the season, 30 to whatever. And we just knew we had something, and that was with Bruce at the helm. And then 72 came along, and of course we had just ended up with 6 wins on that 71 season. And then it was Bruce. Bruce was there, 72.
Yeah.
Tom Wilkinson came on in 72, and they both traded off because of injury and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And but the thing with Tom is that he was really the natural leader of the team, and he just moved into that leadership role.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he was good. He had that such a presence about him. Physically, you thought that he was, the garbage truck driver, but yet athletically, he was as good as anybody. He was competitive, would beat you at checkers, at pinochle, at whatever. He was just one of those competitive type of individuals, and he actually became the leader. And with Bruce coming in when he would get hurt, and of course Bruce was fantastic and threw just a real nice ball.
Yeah,
threw me a lot of my passes. I mean, that 73 year, Bruce threw me in Saskatchewan. He threw that game where I caught 15.
Yeah,
and So I mean, we would work out together in San Diego in those first couple years, and we developed a real connection. And so I became a favorite target in that '73 year for sure.
Right.
So, but anyway, that's just a little bit.
Yeah. George McGowan with us here on Sports 1440. And Dwayne Mandruzik always tells a story with Danny Kepley about Tom Wilkinson when Danny came in. And as you said, he had the body type of like the garbage men or whatever. And he met him the first day.
Yeah. I apologize. Excuse me. I apologize to all those garbage men.
Exactly. And he always said about Wilkie, because he always had stuff, as you were saying, the chew going, and he had it all over his white shirt. And Danny said, do you work for Dwayne? He goes, no, I'm your starting quarterback.
Yeah, he was definitely an unlikely suspect. That is for sure. I tell you. Well, go ahead.
Who else do you remember, I guess, that you were, close teammates with of your years here? And again, winning the Grey Cup in '75, then again in '78, I'm sure brings back a lot of memories that we, with our conversation this morning.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because when you come in on a team, it goes in waves, right? Because we weren't that successful in the early years, but then we had our good years of coming together and making the playoffs and making it to the Grey Cup, and then, of course, at the end, of my career, which was the start of the 5 in a row. So there's like 3 different eras there for me, that I remember. And when I first came in, they had a defense that was second to none. And was Jerry Griffin at middle linebacker. Also Howie Shum was the outside linebacker. Ed Molstad. Lagrone and Pipes, and who's that other one? Oh gosh, he was a great one. Anyway, but just I'm blanking on some of the names, but it's a great defense. Don Truhl was the quarterback when I came in at that time. A 5-day trial, 1970. Don Truhl, and who else was that? That was.
I'm even just looking too, George. Even on the '75 team, like that would be your first Grey Cup, and some of the guys, the Swamp Dog, Ronnie Estee, and even still a good friend, John Farlinger, who played a little bit of wideout too back in the day, but Dave Fennell on defense, like you said, that was the Alberta crew, right, on defense. Yeah,
well, that's the second kind of crew that came in. Like in 1970, it was some of those guys that I had mentioned, and they had it's a knockout defense, but offensively we just couldn't do anything. And then what happened is in '72, of course, we had, at the end of '71 with Limmerman, Sam Scarber, Gene Foster, guys like that. Charlie Turner came in at tackle. Bob Howes came in at center. And then that's built the nucleus for that '72 team that really was the start of everything right there.
Yeah.
That was where all of it started, and it built the team for when '78 came along, and that was the first year of the 5 in a row. Exactly. But that a section of people built the culture and the whole thing. It just changed everything. And of course, there's a lot of names that came in and whatnot that made it big and great. Of course, Warren Moon came in there in '78 and kind of traded off with Wilkie in that first year. But it was some phenomenal talent. I mean, probably the best athletes of that time, Highbaugh.
Larry Highbaugh,
Larry Highbaugh. He was a tremendous athlete. I mean, I would practice against him, and I tell you what, it was like I don't know. I mean, he was like a fly on paper, and he just would not. I couldn't get him off of me, and. He was tremendous. He's probably one of the best, I think, DBs of that era, that time, for sure, in the league.
And a return guy, too.
And return, he was phenomenal. Of course, they put him in on offense, and he had the speed, and that would open things up. But, I was kind of the go across the middle and do the bread and butter stuff. That was our offense. He was phenomenal.
Yeah. George McGowan was
There's
here.
some great names there.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned Warren Moon. Did you know right away? Like, could you see something that you go, well, man, this guy's going to be something special?
Yeah, you could. Yeah. It's a process. Like any new guy coming in. But yeah, you could tell that he was going to be the man soon enough. But I think the coaches did a great job. They played both. Warren and Tom, first half, second half kind of thing. And I don't think Tom was very happy about it, but it just was kind of part of the development that really had to happen because of the talent of Warren.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was just looking at the 1975 roster last night, and the name that sprung out to me with all the great names that you've mentioned, also in the wide receiver room, was John Konahowski. What do you remember about John?
Yeah, I remember John because he was a track guy, and he and his wife Diane, they would bring all these different track exercises to practice. You would see John going through these different motions and steps and just track exercises and getting ready, warm up, that sort of thing. And I said, geez, I need to do some of that stuff. And of course I never did, but he just had, that great stride and could just pull away a good amount of talent. Never got used quite enough. I mean, which is always the case, right? When you get a talent like we had on the team, it's, there's guys that are just going to get lost in there. And he got the ball every once in a while, and you could see that, oh gosh, that's John Konahowski.
Yeah.
If they put him in the scheme of things, he'd be catching a lot of long balls. No doubt about it.
Yeah. George McGowan with us on Sports 1440. When I was always playing golf and hanging around with Danny Kepley, he always would bring up Don Warrington's name, who passed away a number of years, 1980, I guess it would be. I think his nickname was the Jeep, right?
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that.
He was a really good running back, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was the guy that you just counted on for everything. And he would always tell me, he says, George, without you, I'm nothing, because everybody would follow me going across the middle, and then it would leave Don all open. Because he was a wingback over on my side. And so, yeah, we had a great relationship. He was a lot of fun. He was people may not remember this or know, but back in I think it was 78, where we made a record. It was the 5-day trial with the group. I don't know if Kepley told you about that, but we did a record. We went down to Calgary to a studio and made a 45 record on, song on both sides. And Don Warrington was the featured singer on it. I played harmonica, and of course, Kepley and Towns and who was it? Brian Fryer.
Okay.
They rounded out our group at the 5-day trial, and you should look that one up somewhere to see if you can't get a copy of that.
Well, I'll tell you what, George, we got two texts from Jason Beulah and J-Dog, and Darren said 5-day trial, bring up the band, and the 45 single, and J-Dog says that 76 played harmonica. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Jason was my biggest fan back in the day. And I think he was 7 or 8 years old. I can't remember, but his dad was a good friend of mine. I spent a lot of time over at his house in the basement there watching different games. And he and Gail is Bob's wife, just great hostess. And we had great times together there. But yeah, Jason, I remember him as my greatest fan, and so
cool.
I know he'll chime in with me and text me now and again and see if I'm still alive, and I surprise him. Yeah.
Let our listeners know what keeps you busy nowadays, George. I know, like you said, you're right between San Diego and LA, kind of right in the middle there.
Yeah. I'm just they're LA's to the north of and west a little bit, and then San Diego is south, and then I'm near, I don't know if you know Temecula, but anyway, you got to go kind of a mountain range in. It's kind of like the desert area before you get to Palm Springs, and it's this little retirement town that's kind of a farm community retirement, and not much, just a little drip on the map. But we live in a gated community here. It's a retirement community, got a golf course, and I live on the 10th green and have a great view. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting out in my yard looking down the fairway from the 10th green. We sit up a little bit from it. And so, it's we really like it. There's not much to do with Hemet, but 30 minutes away is Temecula, and we go in there a lot. And my wife shops in that area and does stuff. But
and you get to golf a little bit?
We're really enjoying it.
You get to golf a little bit, George?
I have taken up golf, and I am terrible, but it doesn't matter.
I mean, this was such a pleasure for me. I can't thank again Jason Beulah for helping line this up. This is wonderful to talk about the old days and again the game that the Elks played on Friday at Clark. I'm sure brought back some memories for a lot of old fans too. So really want to thank you for coming on, George. Appreciate it. All the very, very best to you and your family moving forward here.
Well, thanks very much. And thanks for the call. It's great going down memory lane, that's for sure. And I want a little shout out to Fred and Sally Dunn. There were some great old friends of mine in Edmonton there. Perfect. And there's so many up there. I had such a wonderful time up in Edmonton.
Great.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thank you, George. Really appreciate it. Take care.
All right. Same to you. Bye-bye.
George McGowan, double E, wide receiver, 1971 to 78. Absolutely amazing career when you think about, the things that he did on the field with this football team. And I mean, he played 8 seasons here. In 1971, he had 49 receptions for 827 yards. And then the next season had 54 for 1,015. All in all, he ended his career with 424 catches, 6,356 yards, 42 touchdowns, a 3-time All-Star, played in 5 Grey Cup games, one in 1975 and then 1978. He went on the Eskimos Wall of Honor in 1985, CFL Hall of Fame in 2003. Remarkable career. That's our headliner of the day, brought to you by Mr. Rooter, batting 1,000 against clogs. That's mrrooter.ca. When we come back, we'll get to some of your texts, 833-401-1440. It's the Kevin Karius Show. Duke of Delburne's off today, but we got Josh Fenwick and Mac the Knife in studio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
What's that? Is that actually spring? Like no snow squalls or bad weather tomorrow? It's actually spring? Well, GS Construction welcomes the warmer weather because that means we can really get to work. Now, it doesn't matter if there was bad weather. This is our time to shine. But we can't do it without good people to do that work. That's why GS Construction is hiring pipe layers, topmen, and heavy equipment operators. If you want to join a team who loves their work, visit gsconstruction.ca today.
Wondering what you can afford? Let Go Auto do the math with our free car loan calculator. No pressure, no awkward convos, just quick answers on your budget and payments. Bad credit? No credit? We got you. Text CHECK to 780-777-7777. That's CHECK to 780-all-7. Find out what you qualify for and start shopping with confidence. Go Auto. Drive what you love with payments that make sense.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at edmontonexpocentre.com today.
Air conditioning from Legacy Heating and Cooling is like a country love song because you always know exactly what you're getting. Cause girl, you're hotter than Tennessee, cooler than Legacy's AC, blowing that southern breeze over me. Wheat fields, cold beer, pickup trucks, John Deere. You see, Legacy is that predictable because Legacy always has AC in stock and will install it faster than a truck burning down a back road. Plus, no interest and no payments for 1 year. That's how you lasso your legacy. Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Whether you're refinancing or buying your first home, mortgages are easier with help from a neighbor. At Vision Credit Union, you get face-to-face guidance from local lenders who know the market because, well, they live here too. They'll look at your whole financial picture with practical advice for payments, renewals, refinancing, and what makes sense long-term. Get a more neighborly mortgage. Contact your branch today or visit visioncu.ca.
Everybody loves a beautiful day in Edmonton. Hey, it's Jamie, and Green Drop Lawn Care is giving you one more reason to love the nice weather. Next Nice Day service. People always ask, how soon can Green Drop get here? Well, when you sign up with Next Nice Day service, we'll be there by tomorrow. Assuming Mother Nature cooperates, we'll be fertilizing and treating your weeds by the very next day. We'll even include drought fighter at no additional cost. Just another reason we have been Canada's lawn expert since 1979. Easy online signups only at greendrop.com.
The Kevin Karius Show, breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams, even though his favorite Junior A hockey team is the Yorkton Terriers. Thanks for checking in with Sports 1440.
Words about the interview, and also Dwayne, if you maybe were at the game, you saw Dwayne do the coin toss, and he says that he won the coin toss. It was easy to do if you have a two-headed coin. So who knows? Maybe he brought that out. 833-401-1440. When you think about greats from the football team, the Double E from the 70s, and even going back. I mean, everyone talks about the greats in the 60s and the 50s. Johnny Bright and Normie Kwong and all the great players that are on the Wall of Honor. George is right, and there was a period of time in the 60s and the 50s where the team didn't have great success, but Ray Yawk helped turn things around in the early 70s. as George mentioned. And then, once they got rolling and again, to win the Grey Cup in 75, that's when really, things started really, really rolling for this franchise. And then to win it, as George said, in 1978, to be the first of 5 in a row. And, that's when basically this team became the flagship franchise of the CFL. It's not that way anymore. Maybe this team can get back to that pinnacle, because right now the flagship franchise of the CFL, without question, is the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Saskatchewan's behind Winnipeg. I don't know where the Elks would rank right now. I don't know, if it's 4, maybe 3 or 4, but it is Winnipeg, it's Regina. If you want to go out east, sometimes, Hamilton gets brought up into the conversation with Ottawa. We know it's not Toronto. They're barely playing any home games this year in Toronto because of the soccer. BC's in the conversation, but not in the top 2 for sure. But quite an amazing achievement that Winnipeg's what they've done, and to have sellouts the way they are. But maybe this is the start. This year is the start of something special that where the Double E can get back to, where they were a decade ago or so, something like that. Coming up at the top of the hour, we got Dan Weiss, San Antonio Spurs radio play-by-play man. The NBA, the finals get underway on Wednesday. It's the Knicks, it's the Spurs after the Spurs defeated OKC in game number 7 on Saturday night. Also at 10:20, Alan Mitchell will be with us. We'll discuss a few things, Oilers, NHL, etc., coming up at 10:20. Before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update, brought to you by AWS Welding Supplies in Nisku. Product sales, servicing, calibrating, free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton. Your one-stop shop for all things welding. That's awswelding.ca. Here's Josh Fenwick.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Tonight, down at Commonwealth, Canada will play Uzbekistan in a friendly ahead of the World Cup, starting at 7 p.m. this evening. The Tampa Bay Lightning have acquired the rights to forward Jack Pridham from the Chicago Blackhawks in exchange for a 2027 third-round pick. Tonight in the MLB, no Jays in action as they are in transit to Atlanta. However, 9 games tonight, starting off with the Tigers in Tampa Bay, taking on the Rays just after 4:40. In the French Open, Felix Auger-Aliassime is taking on Alejandro Tabio. Aliassime up 1-0 in that one. After nearly 4 years away from professional tennis, Serena Williams has announced that she'll be returning to play in the upcoming Queen's Club Championships. The 23-time Grand Slam champion has requested a doubles wildcard with Canadian Victoria Mboko. This is per TSN. Coming up on the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by Dan Weiss, radio play-by-play man for the San Antonio Spurs and Sports 1440 Zone Low Tide. I'm Josh Fenwick. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440.
Do it. I was forced into it. Yeah, forced. But now, no one will ever know. You've done well, Mr. Reuter. You did something awful, but you covered your tracks. It's done. Last transcript that shows I did a semester of Christian school.
Uncover evidence of the proudest plumber, Mr. Reuter.
Whether you're refinancing or buying your first home, mortgages are easier with help from a neighbor. At Vision Credit Union, you get face-to-face guidance from local lenders who know the market because, well, they live here too. They'll look at your whole financial picture with practical advice for payments, renewals, refinancing, and what makes sense long-term. Get a more neighborly mortgage. Contact your branch today or visit visioncu.ca.
All the protection you want, none of the weight. Introducing Timberland Pro's Boondock Ultra Light Work Boots, the lightest Boondock yet, with the Timberland durability you expect. Conquer long shifts, move faster, and work safer with all-day comfort in a lightweight package. Find your Boondock Ultralights now at all 3 of our Edmonton job site workwear locations and online at jobsiteworkwear.ca.
Job site workwear, tough different tough jobs.
You're listening to Sports 1440 and watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Sports 24/7. We are Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 10 o'clock in Edmonton, and time now for the game of the day. Brought to you by St. Albert Dodge, where the Ram 2500 Black Express packages are here. They've got the 20-inch black aluminum wheels, the Mopar side steps, body color bumpers, the sports performance hood. See them right now at stalbertdodge.com. As we welcome in Dan Weiss, San Antonio Spurs radio play-by-play man. Good morning, Dan. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, Kevin.
Hey, Dan, what's the vibe like in San Antonio going to the finals here? You must be just ecstatic, the people down there getting ready for this game number 1 on Wednesday night.
Yeah, the city is electric. And I mean, first of all, it's not the first trip, the finals, for this community. Clearly, they ran through a 2-decade run of excellence under head coach Greg Popovich. But I think what's, different about, the last couple of runs, 2013, 2014, as compared to this run, is this one really, I think, for a lot of people kind of came out of nowhere. You talk about a team that had back-to-back 22-win seasons and then 34 wins last year, and then to, run off 62 wins in the regular season and then run through the gamut of the Western Conference, which included, knocking off the defending champions in Oklahoma City is a pretty impressive feat. But as Victor Wembanyama says, the job's not done. We got 4 more, but it's pretty electric in the city right now.
What is it about youth being served on this team? They look at adversity and all these young players. They don't seem to blink here. What is it about this core group of youth that is being able to get it done here so far, Dan?
I think sometimes it's just having the confidence in yourself and the confidence in knowing what the game plan is and how to execute it on a given night. And for that, I give a lot of credit to Mitch Johnson and the entire coaching staff for putting these guys in a position to win, in a position to be successful night in and night out. I mean, you don't win 62 games without having a tremendous leadership and coaching. I mean, they went 30-4 from basically the end of January through the end of the regular season. So, I mean, it was a pretty established run of sustained success. And everybody, talked about the experience, and this group didn't have a lot of it, which was a fact. You couldn't deny that. But they play with a level of confidence and a level of poise and swagger that goes well beyond their years.
Dan Weiss with us, San Antonio Spurs radio play-by-play man on Sports 1440. What is it about Mitch Johnson, Dan, that you think that he's almost like the perfect coach for this team right now?
Well, he comes obviously under, the Coach Pop coaching tree, which is, as anyone who's followed the NBA knows, that those branches spread far and wide from, Ime Udoka in Houston to, Mike Budenholzer to Brett Brown and many, many more. Even Mike Brown, the coach of the Knicks, was an assistant with the Spurs under Coach Pop for some time. So yeah, it's a long and distinguished coaching tree, and Mitch Johnson just kind of another branch of that, having come through the system and worked his way in the G League with the Austin Spurs, and then moving to the back of the bench and then the front of the bench as a lead assistant, and then taking over last year, really, which was probably more of a tougher task than taking over full time as the head coach this year after Pop suffered the medical scare and being forced to the sidelines for the remainder of the season, being thrown into the fire, and really not having much time to think and to prepare. It's probably a tougher job for Mitch. So I think having a full training camp, having a full off season, being able to implement the plan that he wanted to implement, certainly was probably a lot more beneficial to him than having what he experienced last year. But he's a guy who comes from, a basketball family. His dad played in the NBA. Mitch grew up in Seattle. He went to Stanford. He was a point guard at Stanford. So just kind of has the natural qualities of a head coach.
Oh, man, he's just pressing all the right buttons for sure. And, the big button, of course, is Victor Wembanyama. That game one, just take us back to the start of this series against OKC and how impressed you were with that's a once-in-a-lifetime performance, how he performed in game one and then continued out for the better part of the series as well.
Yeah, it was an epic game, and it's one of the greatest individual performances in a game of that magnitude that I've had a chance to watch or especially call. But I think there was just a lot of comparisons from a Spurs perspective to, 31 years ago, 1995, David Robinson is awarded the MVP in the Western Conference Finals, and then Akeem Olajuwon for the Houston Rockets goes out there and ironically drops 41 points himself in that game as the Rockets stole the show that night and eventually would go on to win the series. And so I think there was just a lot of comparisons to Victor seeing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander receive his MVP trophy and, using that as motivation to go out there and put on his greatest individual performance that we've had the chance to witness, and certainly set the tone for the series at that point. But it took a lot more. As great as Victor was, this is a collective effort, 1 through 15 on the roster, and the Spurs don't get to the NBA Finals if not for the performances of some of their role players like, Devin Vassell and Julian Champagnie and Keldon Johnson, who've been with the team through the 22 win seasons, and then the other up-and-comers like Stephon Castle and the rookie Dylan Harper. So really a collective effort from the group, but certainly the tone set by Victor's game one performance.
Yeah, no question about that. Dan Weiss, San Antonio Spurs play-by-play man, our guest on the Kevin Karius show here on Sports 1440. So game number one goes Wednesday night. How do you look at the Knicks as an opponent after, when you think about how big of a high you just came off of knocking out the defending champs? How does the refocus start here as the process goes into Wednesday night here, Dan?
Well, I think most importantly, you talked about just, rest is probably, I think, first and foremost for this ball club, having gone through a grueling 7-game series with Oklahoma City. And they're definitely going to take advantage of these, couple of days off here before they probably get back in the gym. If not later today, definitely tomorrow to start preparing for the Knicks. So, I think the rest will be first and foremost. It's clearly a tired group having gone 7 games. But they'll be ready. They'll be ready for game one. I think having game one at home will probably be to their benefit. Having the crowd behind them will hopefully give them that extra adrenaline and boost to get through a first 48 minutes against the Knicks. The Knicks present a lot of challenges that the Spurs haven't seen so far in these playoffs. One probably first and foremost being a center who can step back and shoot the three. And for that regard, that pulls Victor Wembanyama out of the paint. Which, takes away maybe his defensive presence a little bit because he's got to respect Karl Anthony Towns and his 3-point shot. The other factor would be, and this probably goes to the Spurs' benefit, is that the wing defenders for the Knicks, is as good as they are, and they are good, they're not at the level of the perimeter defenders the Spurs just saw in Oklahoma City. So it should be easier for the Spurs, the way they like to play getting downhill with Stephon Castle and De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper, that they should have a little bit more success of initiating the offense at the point of attack and then forcing the bigs for the Knicks to come over and help out. And that's where you would see the lobs to Victor, or you see the kickouts to Champagnie and Vassell for the perimeter shots. So I think that's where the Spurs will have their greatest advantage. Like I said, I think the Knicks will have their greatest advantage in having a big who can step back and shoot. And obviously the Spurs are going to have to respect the wing shooters as well, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and OG Anunoby as well for the Knicks.
What did you see in the matchups, in the regular season, NBA Cup final and everything. Do you take anything from that, Dan, or is it just, the finals are a different entity altogether?
Well, I think you definitely have to take something from it. And I think that's, the coaches would be remiss if they didn't go back and look at the tape and look to see what the Knicks were able to be successful at. And I think the biggest thing where they had their biggest advantage was on the offensive glass. They in that NBA Cup final for certain, Mitchell Robinson pulled down 7 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter alone. And they got killed on the glass in that second half and in the fourth quarter. It was a big reason why the Knicks won that NBA Cup final game. And the offensive glass was a problem for the Spurs over the course of the regular season series. And they were exploited a little bit in the playoffs against Oklahoma City and even against Portland and Minnesota, although they really cleaned it up in the second half in game number 7. I think they flipped the script on the rebounding. They were out-rebounded 26-14 in the first half in game 7, and then out-rebounded the Thunder 26-12 in the second half. But they're going to have to bring that level of rebounding for all 48 minutes because of the paint presence of Towns and Robinson, even though he's got the broken pinky finger, and even OJ Anunoby, who can certainly bang around inside as well, too.
What do you remember of that New Year's Eve game? Because that was a real big shootout with, what was it, 134-132 on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, so that was the Julian Champagny game. And again, it's one of these guys who, like game 7, just kind of steps up and makes big plays. Champagny that night set a Spurs franchise record with 11 three-pointers and a career-high 36 points. And the Spurs were down big in that game. I think they were down by something like 18 in the first half, if I recall correctly. And then Champagny just caught fire at the end of the first half and all throughout the second half. And his shooting basically willed the Spurs to the win that night. It was definitely one of the highlight wins of the season.
Dan Weiss with his San Antonio Spurs play-by-play man, Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. You mentioned Greg Popovich, Dan. How much influence does he still have, on this team, heading to the finals?
He's around. Yeah, he's got definitely a lot of influence. He's with the team at the training facility. You see him talking with Mitch Johnson. You see him talking with Victor Wembanyama and several of the other players. So his presence is definitely there. I mean, even De'Aaron Fox relayed to the broadcast crew during the conference finals that after game number 3, Pop went in there and, they had never seen Tim come in and basically say, hey, this is not our level of basketball. This is not Spurs basketball. And so I think even that anecdote alone shows you that Coach Pop is still very much around and very much involved, and his wisdom and, his experience of being in these moments and being in these situations is very valued by the organization and the players right now.
So, Dan, if I were to say and ask you what would be the keys for the San Antonio Spurs to hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy, in your estimation, what would those keys be?
So, I mean, I kind of went over them with you, but I think the 3 of them I look at it for the course of the series is going to be, the paint battle, and then it's going to be Victor and Karl Anthony Towns. And can the Knicks do enough to bring Victor out of the paint and try to limit him as far as his shot blocking and his defensive presence around the rim? Now, the Knicks aren't a team that will attack the paint very much. They tend to play more on the perimeter. So I think from that sense alone, that might just take Victor's presence a little bit away in terms of his shot blocking. How do the Knicks defend the Spurs guards, which really I think has been maybe the biggest, 1A story besides Victor Wembanyama for the Spurs playoff run? How do they stop Fox, Castle, and Harper from being able to beat the point of attack defenders and opening up the rest of the offense? And then the third thing, it seems like we always talk about this in today's NBA, but it really comes down to, who can make the most three-pointers. And I really do believe that in the course of a 7-game series, between the way that both these teams shoot, when they get hot, they get hot. When they're cold, they're definitely cold. So it might come down to, which wing players knock down more threes at the end of the game.
Wow. Cool stuff. Hey, I got to ask you about your career, Dan, and calling hockey games in the minor leagues. How cool was that? And then, to end up to be the San Antonio Spurs play-by-play man, obviously the pinnacle for you. But what about your minor hockey league days?
Yeah, it was very cool. I appreciate you asking. Yeah, I started, 25 plus years ago, and ironically enough, of Corpus Christi, Texas, in the Central Hockey League of all places. And then, bounced around a couple of stops in the ECHL, and then, landed in San Antonio with the American Hockey League, the old San Antonio Rampage, and was their play-by-play guy for 9 years. And we were affiliated with the Coyotes, we were affiliated with the Panthers, we were affiliated with the Avalanche, and most recently the Blues before the Rampage were sold to the Golden Knights and became the Henderson Silver Knights. But, I mean, it was awesome. I had the pleasure of working and meeting so many great people, from Joe Sakic in terms of executives to, I got to call Mikko Rantanen's rookie season in San Antonio. He played the entire year in the American Hockey League, was the greatest player I had gotten a chance to watch in the American Hockey League in person. Vinny Trocheck was another guy who came through San Antonio. Jordan Binnington might be probably the greatest alum at this point, considering, the run he's been on since his time in the American Hockey League. So, yeah, it was a blast. Like I said, met a lot of great people, and definitely be paying attention to the Stanley Cup Finals here coming up this week.
So cool. Like, I mean, Kenny Albert's done so many, various sports, and even doing a lot of Seattle Seahawks games that we get to see up here. But for you to do when you're calling hockey compared to basketball, how would you explain the difference of a play-by-play guy and with the pace and everything else that's different between the two sports?
Yeah, I mean, hockey's faster, like without question. And I've said this to other aspiring broadcasters that if you can call hockey, you can call any sport. I mean, without question, just to be able to keep up with the pace, but to have your own pace and to be able then to, because in most cases in the minors you're working, and I'm still doing that here even with the Spurs, you're a solo broadcaster. So you're the play-by-play guy and you're the analyst as well too. And, there's obviously not that many stoppages in hockey as they are compared to basketball. So you don't have a lot of time to really analyze the play. So it really, speaks to how on point and detailed and prepared you have to be when calling a game. Not to mention the fact that, I mean, in the NBA on average, you're only talking about, maybe 8 or 9 guys per team, that are actually getting out on the court per night. In the National Hockey League, you're talking about rolling 4 lines of forwards, 3 lines of defensemen. So that's 18 guys per team that you got to figure out that are going out there every 30 seconds. So, like I said, hockey is without question the hardest sport to call on radio, at least.
Oh, great stuff. I really appreciate your time, Dan. Enjoy the finals. It should be a good matchup here starting on Wednesday night. Thanks for coming on today.
Absolutely.
Dan Weiss, San Antonio Spurs radio play-by-play man, and our game of the day brought to you by St. Albert Dodge, where, again, the 2500 Black Express packages are here. Check them out at stalbertdodge.com. So cool for a guy to do, hockey and now basketball, and great explanation about the differences between the two calling games. It's remarkable and a hell of a job that Dan has been doing here for Spurs. But then you think, as he said, to go back to the Rampage in the American Hockey League days. Cool stuff. Hey, when we come back, Alan Mitchell will check in. The Lowdown with Low Tide. You hear him daily here from 12 till 2. That's right after the break. Kevin Karius, Josh Fenwick, and Mac the Knife on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Hey, sports fans, we've got a clear choice for you. At Crystal Glass, we provide customers with the perfect glass for any job. From home to auto and even commercial, installation or repairs, we're your team. Call 310-GLASS or visit crystalglass.ca. Crystal Glass.
A lot of you love hockey season. Well, when it comes to construction season, you're not as excited unless you work for GS Construction. It's true. As one season is winding down, ours is winding up with all sorts of great projects to make the city we live in better. And our team is hiring. GS Construction is scouting for pipe layers, topmen, and heavy equipment operators. So if you want to score a great job, visit gsconstruction.ca today.
Hey, Gary, is that your dad?
No, this is Evan, the new sales rep I hired.
Oh.
First impressions matter, but when hair loss takes over, it can feel like you're not being seen for the maverick you truly are. Hi, I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. At Advanced Hair and Skin Surgery, we know that hair loss is more than just a cosmetic issue. It's personal. Let's discuss all the cutting-edge options available so you can make a great impression every time.
Book a free consultation today at drvanselliot.com.
Hi, Edmonton. Fuel prices are climbing, and Subaru fights back with the all-new, all-electric 2026 Trail Seeker. With up to 444 kilometers of range, fast charging, legendary Subaru symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive, the Trail Seeker is built to help you go further. And when summer adventure calls, it's ready with towing capacity of 1,587 kilograms. Test drive the all-new Trail Seeker. Visit your local Subaru dealership today and seek every trail. Welcome to Uncommon.
Sharing. It's simple. It's what we were raised to do. But somewhere along the line, the world got bigger, colder, and the idea of sharing got lost. But not at the surface. Because when you bank with us to reach your goals, we share our profits in cash, just for banking with us. From mortgages, investments, daily banking, and more, our profits circle back to you. Bank more, get more money back. Full circle banking, only at Surface Credit Union.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 1020 in Edmonton. And sometimes he leads things off on a Monday morning, but we had to shuffle the deck a little bit here this morning as we welcome in Alan Mitchell, the host of the Lowdown with Low Tide. You hear daily from 12 till 2 on Sports 1440. Good morning, Tide. Good morning.
Listen, I know what's happening here.
I know.
I've been in the industry for 46 years. I used to be on at 7:20. Then I was on at 9:20. Today it's 10:20. Next week, you're going to call me Sunday night and say, hey, can you help come over to my house after work and move some lumber? I know where this is headed, Karius.
Yeah, it's we're basically taking it's like the old Yellowstone. We're going to the train station here, Tide.
Exactly.
You know.
I mean, listen, I have been around. I've done it myself, for crying out loud. You know.
Hey, I'm right behind you here too. I'll be I'll be walking out the door with you. How's that sound?
It doesn't make me feel better.
No kidding. We're going to talk hockey in a bit too, but I wanted to actually discuss what happened in Major League Baseball yesterday with you, because I know you're a big ball guy. In the New York Yankees game against Oakland, I don't know if you caught any of it, but the Yankees they scored 13 runs in the third inning. They had 11 hits. There were 4 walks, 4 stolen bases. It went 43 minutes. That's how long it lasted. But here's the other thing. For the other 8 innings, they had nothing. No other hits. And the A's pitchers held the Yankees to the minimum 24 batters. How can this possibly happen?
I didn't plan on watching the whole inning because I like to flip around, right? And I'm watching it. I'm like, I think it was Lopez was the starter, and he's not getting anybody out. And some of them are really well hit. Some of them are like, just drilling a hole in the outfield fence. But a few are just bloopers and the kinds of things that could be caught but aren't. And then what I noticed was 20 minutes into the inning, they replaced the starter. And then the new guy comes in, and he's just getting just hit around like crazy. And maybe the 6th or 7th hitter that's been on base for the new guy, they show the bullpen, and there's nobody up. It's like we've lost the game. We're not using another arm. Larry, you just do your best.
Come on in.
Wow.
Yeah, just stay in there. And then, like you think about it, and then Fernando Tatis finally hits a home run too yesterday. And you're going like the stars must have aligned yesterday in Major League Baseball or something.
Baseball is so funny because it's 162 games, and that is like it's endless. Every day there's a bunch of baseball games, and you expect the stats to roll out, and for the most part, people are within a few whatever of whatever they were supposed to do. Tatis has I read a thing the other day, I can't remember who, said, oh no, he'll still hit 15 home runs, but he won't hit like 30. And I'm like, it's pretty hard if you're like, if he's on your fantasy baseball team and he's got 1 home run, you are ready to, trade him for a load of hay. Right. And Tatis is a wonderful ball player, but But yeah, I saw a thing where he's opened up his stance a little bit. Maybe that'll help him. But I can't imagine what these guys go through with a slump like that. Can you imagine how little sleep he's getting?
Oh, well, think about Vladimir Guerrero too. I think he was 0 for 5 yesterday. And he's on pace for less than 10 home runs this year.
It's nuts, and he's such a he's a line drive hitter. He doesn't have he doesn't get the loft or anything, but he hits the ball so hard. But right now he's in just one of those slumps, and he's such a happy guy, one of my favorite ball players. So it kind of sucks to see him like this. I hope it turns around for him. I know it will, no matter when.
Yeah. Alan Mitchell with us on Sports 1440. Tide, we had George McGowan on earlier in the show.
Oh, nice.
And I mean, what a wonderful, just a great player. And, he was so well-spoken. I had so much fun talking to him about the old days. And I'm sure you remember how great of a player he was.
He was on teams that weren't great, but he was always great. And then he hung around long enough to be on some of the great teams, which was great. But I just remember him, he's a big guy, great target, and he would, catch the ball on the sideline and fall out of bounds or run out of bounds. He was really an expert. If you had a short clock, he was so good at finding open spaces, catching the ball. Sure-handed guy, and it really, a lot of times early in my watching that team, he was one of the major reasons I would go watch. He was really that good a player.
Yeah, when you watch those, everyone talks about from the 5 in a row team starting in '78. Did you have some favorite players from that era?
Well, I did, but they were Lemmerman was the quarterback, and I liked him, and McGowan was one. Roy Bell was he got
running back.
He really got hurt, but Roy Bell was a really good player, and they had the beginnings of, I think it was '74 that they drafted or brought in guys like Fennell and Stevenson, or a big bunch of guys that arrived before they were real good. If John Farlinger's listening and I don't say his name, he'll get mad. So I'll say John Farlinger was an all-time favorite too.
Oh, for sure. Farley has one of the best lines that I've ever heard at it was actually a roast for Brian Hall. And I don't know if you ever heard this line. And Farley gets up there and says, "When Brian Hall dies, there will be thousands and thousands and thousands of people at his funeral, because I'm a firm believer. If you give the people what they want, they'll come out in droves." That's the great line. Oh, man, I chuckle at that one all the time.
Oh man, he's a funny guy. He is such a funny guy.
Yeah.
He's richer than Roosevelt too. So if you know him, don't buy him lunch. Make him buy.
Yeah, old Farley. Yeah. Alan Mitchell with us on the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. So what do you make of the Stanley Cup final that gets underway tomorrow after the Carolina Hurricanes eliminated the Montreal Canadiens on Friday night?
Well, I think the team, this is going to be a shock to you, but the team that gets the best goaltending is going to win this thing. I think both goalies have been inconsistent, but the defense has been really strong in both cases, giving them a little lift when they needed it. And hot goaltenders, we saw Rowley here in '06. They can really make a difference. I think this will come down to the goaltending. Both are exceptional teams. I love their forward groups. They're both are just extremely talented and deep. I think there's some chaos on the defense, but not so much that's going to be a storyline. For me, it's going to be the goaltending, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. I can't wait for it to start.
I don't remember a former player on another team, and I'm bringing up Mitch Marner here. I don't remember so much talk about a player that left one organization to go to another organization, and how he is almost like the number 1 or 2 or 3 storyline moving forward. Can you explain it?
Well, I think what happened in Toronto, where Toronto's a big media market, you may not know that, but they're in terms of hockey, it's just a monster. And the Marner, Matthews, Nylander team was supposed to win the Stanley Cup, and they did not. And so when they sent Marner away and he wouldn't sign, and there was a lot of bitter pills, so that's the memory. And I think people are genuinely in shock that he's played this well. The thing to remember is Vegas is a deep team, so it's not all on him. Marner is one of, if Eichel picks them up one game or Marner does or whomever, they've got a lot of guys. So they're sort of like the Montreal Canadiens of my youth maybe it's Mahovlich or Cournoyer or Lafleur or whomever, but somebody's going to score the big goal. That's the way it is in Vegas. I think he's very comfortable in that area. And I also think it's hard to play in your hometown. There was I remember his dad getting involved with the media at one point in time. That's always a bad idea.
Yeah.
So I think it was, for him, it must have felt like a relief to get out of his hometown. And now that, he might win the Stanley Cup. If I were him, I'd parade the damn thing down Yonge Street,
I mean, it could happen. I mean, I don't know how that'll go over in Toronto, but we'll see what happens. Still got 4 more wins to do. Here's a little trivia with Tide here, and I'm going to see if you can figure this out. What do Frank Boucher, Lester Patrick, Hap Day, Joe Primo, and Cooney Weiland all have in common, with the possibility of Rod Brindamore?
Oh God! They were captain of a Stanley Cup winning team and later coach of a Stanley Cup winning team.
Yeah, that's a possibility, and Toe Blake as well. Rod Brindamore could become the 7th person in NHL history and the first since Toe Blake with the Montreal Canadiens in 1956 to win the Stanley Cup with the same franchise as a player and a coach.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Isn't that something else? I mean, and when you think Carolina Hurricanes, I don't know. Like, there's only one guy that I think of, and that's Rod Brindamore.
Yeah, it's true. He's the face of the franchise, and the part of that I think is that the style of play that they have is very structured, and they've not had a great superstar, but they're a deep team and they're a really good defensive team too. But he is. He's the story. I think he's very media savvy too. He's a very bright guy, and when he talks, I know that I follow some Carolina Hurricanes fans who live in the Raleigh area, and they adore the guy. They just adore him. They call him Rod. So he's shaking. He could run for office down there. He's shaking a lot of hands, kissed a lot of babies. So, but I mean, it's a great story. Carolina's funny because they're a very small market team. I think the two NHL finalists population of the cities is 1.2 million, and it's like 12 million for New York City and San Antonio in the NBA. They're not big markets, but they are obviously very loyal markets because Carolina's had real success the last 20 years, as has Vegas. So it'll be interesting. But Brindamore, to me, is a big story because a lot of people say they couldn't win doing it his style. Well, they need 4 more wins.
Yeah. Here's one for you, Tide. I was lucky enough to play against Rod Brindamore in the SJHL years ago.
You're kidding. Now, what position did you play?
I was a centerman.
And he was a centerman.
Yeah, and I can guarantee you, I know for a fact that I never won one face-off against him ever.
I'm sorry for my ignorance, but what SJ team did you play for?
I played in Melville for the Millionaires.
Oh, hey, the Millionaires.
Yeah.
That's an historic franchise, man.
Yeah, well, very rich history on that. Brindamore was in Notre Dame for the Hounds.
Right.
And this was 1988, and at this time, Tide, back then, there was no under 18 Team Canada, but what Notre Dame assembled, they had, and Brindamore was set, the whole team, all of them were 17-year-old players, and they won the Centennial Cup that year. That's how good they were because they drew the best players from Canada, and Brindamore was one of them. They were allowed 2 20-year-old players as well on that team, Tide, and one of them was a goalie, and it was Curtis Joseph.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a little deep, eh?
Yeah.
Man.
And Brindamore was, pardon me, go ahead, Ty.
Were you playing with the skates that were made out of bones, or had they moved on to steel by then?
Yeah, they were still, they were just, we were right in that crossroads at that time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember the shoulder pads that were like paper mache?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it was 2 years prior, I think we used Cooperalls that year. That's back in the day. But Notre Dame was an absolute powerhouse. Every player on that team went to a Division I NCAA school. Every one of them.
That's incredible. And they had a great program. They were not that they always have, but they were producing guys out of there that were very high end back in that time.
Alan Mitchell with us on Sports 1440. Did you watch any of the Memorial Cup last night?
I watched a little bit of it, and then I had to run and do some errands, so I didn't catch it all. But I know Sam O'Reilly was real good.
He was good. I mean, Kitchener by far, in a way, was the best team in the country, and for good reason. O'Reilly, the comparisons are always going to be there. We'll see what happens next year. Do you think he can crack the NHL roster next year?
O'Reilly?
Yeah.
Well, it depends. I mean, they could put him in a depth role, but I like his offense enough that I think I might put him in the minors and let him have some success there. I think he could I think he could go in and play, and help them at the bottom end of the roster. But I think that might be unfair. You want to play him a lot because he's a blue chip prospect, as is Ike Howard. But I think you need to play him a lot. Even if he plays 40 games down there and gets recalled, that won't hurt him.
Yeah, no, and the comparisons are always going to be there. What do you think of Ike Howard at the Worlds?
I thought he was good. I got reports on him. I have spies down there, and they said he was paying a lot more attention without the puck, and that's going to be the concern for him. Is that I have no concern with him with the puck on his stick. He's a really good passer, and he can shoot. You want him to get a little closer to the net to shoot the puck to have a better chance to score. But I think he's learning those things. But away from the puck, he's starting to do the small little things like try to intercept the puck, turn them over, create opportunities off turnovers. Yeah. He's doing those things now. And that was going to be the key. And as long as he continues to do that, I don't know if he's going to score 30 goals, but I think he's got the talent if he plays on a wing with one of McDavid or Draisaitl to do very well.
Mm-hmm. Like, you think, everyone talking about Matt Savoy and how his progression went. Is Ike Howard that guy a year later?
No, Savoy was always going to be a really good, two-way type and a really smart player, anticipating what was going to happen on the ice at both ends, with and without the puck. I think Savoy's just a little more naturally developed as a two-way player. I don't think Howard will ever be that, but if he's just a little more responsible, I think he could be a better goal scorer by quite a bit than Savoy. So they're not similar, but they're both talented.
Yeah. Howard's got a better shot. You'd say that, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he does. And I think, the thing about Howard is that what is surprising about him that I didn't know until I saw him in Bakersfield is he's also a really good passer, and he is creative. So I think there's more offense on that stick than maybe we thought there was. And he certainly is fast enough. They both are fast. I just wish one of them was 6'2", I'll be honest.
That's the whole thing, right? They're they're similar stature in the sense of what they bring in that, the height, weight, the whole bit. But I mean, we'll see how it plays out this year. Do you have a time frame in mind as far as an Oilers coach gets named? To me, it's still Bruce Cassidy. I've never wavered from this at all. I think it's going to be Bruce Cassidy 100%. But what are your thoughts on what's going to happen here in the next few weeks?
Well, I think if it's Bruce Cassidy, it has to happen around the draft at the latest. I mean, he doesn't have to be there for the draft, but you need him, I think, by July 1, or unless you're not going to do a lot July 1. But I think that after the Stanley Cup final, this becomes a real hot button item. Maybe it won't be. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But I agree with you. I think I did waver, but I think Cassidy is it, and I think the Oilers are indicating that because they're not any major hints that are being sent out by rights holder media. So I think they're in wait mode. They have whatever assurances or beliefs they have them going in that direction. And I think Cassidy is the best one. And I think they will wait until, June 30th at midnight if it takes that long.
Good stuff, Tide. What's coming up on your show today at 12 o'clock?
Well, we've got two great guests. Jason Gregor will be joining us at 1:20, and at 12:40, Greg Wyszynski will join us, and we'll talk about the Stanley Cup final, the coaching situation, and about one of the great young players of the 80s played for the Melville Millionaires. Didn't make it, but he was really good, and we'll talk about the legend of Kevin Karius as well.
Can't wait for that, Tide. Thanks, Big Guy. Have a great show today.
Hey, thanks. What time do you need me next week to come over and move lumber for you?
I don't know. Well, see, Duke's off today, so I mean, hey, how things happen, and then things happen quickly here. So this was all on Josh. So you can give Josh the business about it later.
just let me know. I'm ready. I got a pickup too.
Yeah.
I can help you out in the hall.
I think for next week, how does 11:20 sound?
Why don't I just come on my own damn show at noon?
Sounds good. Have a good one, Tide. Thanks, man.
All right. You too, Kevin.
Alan Mitchell, you hear him daily here, 12 to 2 with the lowdown with Low Tide. Text 833-401-1440. We'll get to those as we wrap up the show. Kevin Karius, Josh Fenwick, and Mac the Knife on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at edmontonexpocentre.com today.
Okay, new strategy. I'll just live in the freezer till October. It's spacious in here. It's spacious.
There's a better way to survive the coming AC season. Pro Solutions is your one-call solves-it-all expert for AC repairs, tune-ups, and new installations. We offer convenient financing options and fast appointments so you can enjoy your entire home, not just the freezer.
Now I can leave the frozen peas where they belong.
Book now at prosolutionsinc.ca.
Our new McCafe crafted sodas just drinks or something more. Like Sprite Berry Bliss, Creamy Strawberry Coke, and Orange Dream. All swirled with fizzy flavor and topped with silky cold foam. Only at McDonald's. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada.
I'm Rick Showers from No Bull RV, and this is the time of the year most RV stores wish their lot was full. At the new RV stores, product is trickling in, mostly just for taking orders. But having an RV on order doesn't mean much when the weather's great for camping today.
No Bull has hundreds of quality used RVs on the lot now. Right, Rick?
That's right, Bob. Walk into No Bull RV today and you could be in the great outdoors next weekend. No waiting, no hoping it'll be here by summer, just the perfect used trailer, motorhome, fifth wheel, or toy hauler that you need.
And every RV at No Bull is one of a kind.
Every family is one of a kind too, Bob. Think we can't find the perfect one for you? Take a look around. At No Bull, you'll save thousands compared to the cost of a new RV. You can build your summer plan on hope, or you can know for sure. And ask about our Camp Ready service plan when you're here to make this the best summer yet.
And that's No Bull. NoBullRV.ca.
Sports 1440. All sports, all day.
On YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Thanks for listening to Edmonton's sports leader.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 1042 in Edmonton. Now, Josh, that song, that's from, what is it, a reality? Was it a gold? What?
The band is Cage the Elephant.
Cage, but isn't that from, it's not Gold Rush or something. What is it?
No, that's probably right, actually. Gold Rush or one of those, one of those. Like, it's one of those like History Channel shows or whatever that they put on. I think you're right, Gold Rush. Because it's not Pawn Stars.
No,
and I don't think it's Duck Dynasty, so I would imagine it's actually.
It is a gold show, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
sure. Mac the Knife, grab that microphone too. Are you, like, we've got the big soccer game tonight, Canada, Uzbekistan. We've gone through where exactly the country is.
Yes.
Do you know anything else about Uzbekistan?
Can't say I do.
Really?
I think the Duke and Declan, there are guys that are cultured and know my.
Okay, first cultured. Okay, I'll give Duke a little bit. Let's be honest here. And then I thought maybe you're going to throw Donnie P into this mix. Not a chance. Cultured?
No.
No one would, in their right mind, would throw Donnie P in this mix.
Anyway, So did you guys even know where we went through this and I took a little heat earlier in the show about the proximity of where this country is?
Vaguely. I knew it was a part of the stands.
The stands, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's north of Pakistan.
Yeah.
North of Afghanistan. South of Russia.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I really know the locations of the places that I would vacation. And I don't know if I'd vacation there. What's the weather like?
Nails says Yukon Gold is the...
Oh, there we go.
Yukon Gold.
Thank you, Nails.
Attaboy, Nails. MTR says the grade 10 education strikes again, Karius. I got my grade 10. I got my grade 11. I just don't have my grade 12.
Didn't get your grade 12. You just had to show up to that final, Kev.
Ralph Wardle was the teacher.
Yeah, you just had to show up.
All he said to me that summer, if you would have just showed up, I would have given you 51%. You know the story,
didn't
Matt?
show up?
I never.
No, I don't.
Well, no, because I figured it out. I needed 98% on the final to get 51.
Okay.
So I wasn't getting 98% in the final. So I said, well, why would I bother? And then I saw him and he gave me 49 without attending the final.
Apparently that happened to the con man too. The closest I ever got to that was I was writing my diploma for social in grade 12, and it was worth 2.5% of my final mark. And I had quickly did the math and went, oh, great, I'll still graduate with honors. So instead of finishing this essay that I didn't want to write, I just said, I'm not writing this. I don't need it. Have a great day. And then turned it in and walked out. 45 minutes on a 5-page essay. It was lovely.
There you go. Will texts in regarding Declan and the Duke and their culture. He says bacterially cultured, maybe. Hey, we got to get to Cam Tate. This would be episode 35-ish, somewhere in there, 36. I read it on Friday, so I can't remember what number it was. We're around number 35, I think.
I guess what he'll tell us right at the beginning.
Say right off the bat. Here it is, another edition of Cam and Eggs.
Cam and Eggs order 35. I will never know exactly what Steve Hamilton felt when he woke up this morning. I do not know the quiet of his hotel room after a hard and crushing Sunday evening in Kelowna, but I wonder if maybe he was, well, not happy. Happy is too strong a word to use, but maybe a little glad? Glad his Everett Silvertips lost the Memorial Cup final. Now, before you choke all over your morning coffee, before you accuse me of morning drinking, oh, sorry, that's Karius. But how, you could very well ask, could a coach be a little glad after a tough 6-2 loss, especially after a great Western Hockey League season? Over 100 points. They tore through the playoffs like spring runoff through a mountain valley. Fast, relentless, zero hesitation. They finished second in the Memorial Cup round-robin play. They earned their place on the big stage. And on Sunday, against the Kitchener Rangers, they came out busting. They outshot the Rangers in the early first period. They skated hard. They held their ground. They were really in the game until late in the second period. Then came the third, starting the period facing a long 5-on-3 penalty kill. Well, things happen. The ice tilted. The structure broke. The game got away. Back to my point. Junior hockey is a developmental league. We learn our greatest lessons through our toughest losses. Even in the biggest game of the year, a situation like that changes a young player. It leaves a mark. It makes your returning players want to dig in deeper. They will remember the sting of watching another team celebrate. They will find their footing. They will find their rhythm. They will find a way to be better next season. It teaches us all that the deepest cuts often build the strongest armor. It gives them a reason to push harder when the ice calls them back. A chance to try again, even on a rainy Monday in Edmonton. This is Cam Tate. Cam and Eggs, Sports 1440.
Thanks, Tater. Good stuff, big guy. 10:48 in Edmonton. I wonder how many people are going to be at the soccer game tonight. I think they said minimum 45,000 tickets have been sold. I think it's probably pushing towards 50,000. What do you guys think? I'm not going to go to the game. I'm going to watch it on TV, though. there's really nothing else to kind of watch tonight.
Oh, hey, it's a good thing to watch. Anyways, get you a little hyped up for the World Cup. But yeah, I saw the reports too of
50.
over 40,000 tickets
I
sold.
think
So
it's nearing 50.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys go to that the games in November there at the ice?
Mm-mm.
No, I went to them.
Oh yeah,
they were fabulous. I had so much fun. We were in the upper deck, I think first or second row, but we went. It was fabulous. I mean, I had so much fun at those games.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly I think the last pro soccer match I was at was when did the Women's World Cup play here?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the last one I went to.
Yeah, I saw Canada versus Japan, I think.
2013 or 2014. I was a wee teen at that time.
Did you? Well, you guys aren't old enough for the under 20 World Cup that was here.
Mm-mm.
That's 24 years ago. 23.
I would have.
Oh, hey,
yeah, 2 years.
You were
old.
you were a baby. I wasn't even liquid yet.
I'd like.
Josh wasn't even a thought.
No,
yet.
yeah, exactly. Still should have been. Text 833-401-1440. Hey, a couple other things that of note that I saw regarding Adam Schefter reporting in the NFL that Odell Beckham Jr. is returning to the New York Giants. He played there in 2018. Of course, still has probably the best catch in NFL history.
Oh,
on
yeah.
Monday night. I don't know if there's a better one.
No, that's number one with a bullet.
Yeah. The other thing that Sheffy was tweeting out this morning, Russell Wilson is going to be going to CBS Sports as an analyst for the pregame show. Won a Super Bowl, obviously. He's a 10-time Pro Bowler. His passing yards are up there. You know, he's 47,000 passing yards.
Yeah, no,
Hell of
he's
a career.
Yeah, and never one vote for MVP in his entire career, Kev.
Not one?
Not a single vote. We had this conversation. I think Declan and I had this conversation probably about a year ago now.
Great, eh? Never, not even one.
Not a single MVP vote his entire career.
I don't know.
Not even the Super Bowl year.
So who won the MVP that year then?
That would have been 24. Wouldn't that have been Peyton Manning? That was his 55 touchdown season where they won the Super Bowl. Wow. And then the Legion of Boom held them to 3 points or whatever it was in the Super Bowl.
So on that pregame show, James Brown, JB, he's the host. Bill Cowers on that panel, as is Nate Burleson.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So Russell Wilson, I think he'll be just fine, don't you?
I think so. I mean, he's still owed what, $120 million by the Denver Broncos or something from that buyout. Like, how much is CBS paying him?
He doesn't need any cash.
He might be volunteering his time with CBS for the next decade.
Any cash whatsoever.
Not a lick.
Yeah. Oh man, you think about that. Like, I mean, you go into and doing like a TV show like that. You're going to end up doing so much prep work that you think you need, but there's probably less than what you need to do because you don't get the opportunity to divulge the amount of information that you've processed to do your prep work.
Yeah.
Having said that, I was lucky enough to do a lot of shows over the course of my career at Global, where if you don't do that prep work, you're in trouble. And even on a daily basis here, like at night, when I get the lineup, like you sent me the lineup last night, Josh, at whatever time it was.
Yeah, just after 8, I think.
So if you don't do a little prep work, like say Dan Weiss, okay, so now I go through Dan, and I obviously never talked to him before, but you got to go through all of his stuff as far as being a AHL play-by-play guy. And then you mentioned, what did you say to me? And after the interview, and I wasn't sure about it, but I did see it. And what was that?
That he played pro in Japan, and he was a coach after too, pro basketball.
Yeah,
that is. So really interesting career for a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And thank goodness he got back to me. I think I started sending NBA lines out at 11 a.m. and he got back to me at 8 p.m.
Text 833-401-1440. Rockford sent this in a little while ago. Apparently, Kevin Korchinski's available out of Chicago with Stan Bowman's success rate, in dealing with the Blackhawks. I wonder if he's a potential target. Well, I think you would have to look into it for sure, Rockford. He's a third pairing guy. He's a young guy. He's a restricted free agent. I believe his contract just ended. Let me just double check on that. He's only 21. Yes. So he's an RFA for next year. I don't know what kind of deal you'd be looking at for him. On the Blackhawks back end, I mean, Vlasic is their highest paid D-man. I mean, they're paying nothing to a lot of guys here. Wyatt Kaiser's at 1.7. They've got Levshinov, their high draft pick, a 20-year-old guy. He's entering the final year of his entry-level contract. Sam Renzel as well, same thing. They've got under contract Louis Crevier. He's at 900. He becomes an RFA next season. Matt Grzelcyk is UFA. Do they re-sign him? Hard to say. Then they got Ethan Del Mastro and then Korchinski. But if the Blackhawks would be looking at dealing him, I think the Oilers would be a team that could possibly be interested in. To Rockford's point, too, you're looking at a situation where Bowman does have those connections. Hey, that was a heck of a show. Coming up at the top of the hour, it is Fantasy Frenzy with
the former Rush Shep T-Bird,
Connor Halley, and Josh Fenwick. Are you looking forward to this, Josh?
Yeah, I like being able to pretend to be Duke for a day. Like,
but that's everyone. Everyone like wants to pretend to be the Duke for a day.
Well, because you work 4 hours. The Duke, The Duke works 5.
No.
And then I work 7. But Brand, the Duke loves to say that he works a full day, whereas you don't, and he works 2 hours less than I do.
This business never stops. Never stops. Anyway, that's coming up at the top of the hour, 12 to 2. It's the Lowdown with Alan Mitchell. At 2 o'clock till 6, it's the Jason Gregor Show. No Blue Jays baseball today. They've got the day off. They open a series tomorrow in Atlanta. Before all that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Sean Cunningham of Remax Real Estate. Get the home team advantage for your next move in the Edmonton area. If you are thinking about buying or selling a home, call or text Sean directly at 780-265-0165. Hey, thanks everyone for listening this morning. Really appreciate it. Thanks for all the great texts and thanks for all the interaction. We could not do the show without you. Hope you have a marvelous rest of your Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7 bells. Until then, here is Josh Fenwick.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Tonight, down at Commonwealth, Team Canada will play Uzbekistan in a friendly ahead of the World Cup. That game starts at 7 p.m. The Tampa Bay Lightning have acquired the rights to forward Jack Pridham from the Chicago Blackhawks in exchange for a 2027 third-round pick. Tonight in the MLB, no Jays in action as they are in transit down to Atlanta. However, 9 games tonight, starting off with the Tigers in Tampa Bay, taking on the Rays. That game gets going just after 4:40. In the French Open, Felix Auger-Aliassime is taking on Alejandro Tabilo. Auger-Aliassime up 2-0 in that one. After nearly 4 years away from professional tennis, Serena Williams has announced that she'll be returning to play in the upcoming Queen's Club Championships. The 23-time Grand Slam champion has requested a doubles wildcard with Canadian Victoria Mboko. This is per TSN. Over on the gridiron, former Super Bowl champion quarterback Russell Wilson has announced his retirement from the NFL after 14 seasons. He will become an analyst with CBS. Odell Beckham Jr. is re-signing with the New York Giants. OBJ last played with the club in 2018. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is Fantasy Frenzy with Hallie and Fenwick. I'm Josh Fenwick. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
A lot of you love hockey season. But when it comes to